Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Risen Esports Dominate Premade Week 4 matchup between Gamin Team and Team. That is a mouthful. I am your play-by-play, it's Lemons, joined today by my color caster, Mikey, with both teams sitting at 2-1. How are you feeling about these games today?
Well, I'm expecting some spice to come out of the side of Wii Gaming. We're gonna see what they intend to do, but from what I've seen from their previous drafts, they've been pretty straightforward. So I think they're gonna throw a little curveball at us today. Prediction of the day.
I like it. Got to keep the spice, right? And we are into the picks and bans here as we are getting through the first ban phase. We do see on the blue side they take out Thresh, Elise, and Ornn. And on the red side, we see the Vigar, the Aphelios, and just waiting on that last ban here. As it is looking like it could be the Ezreal, which is a little bit of a weird ban, but it is.
There's a lot of power picks up now. You got things like Set that you could pick. MF in the bot lane is a really strong pick as of right now in competitive. There's a lot of power picks still up. The Ornn is taken out. The Aphelios is taken out. Those are two really big first picks. I was expecting something like a Set ban instead of that Ezreal, but we'll see what they intend on picking in place of that. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what the first pick is going to be here. And it's Senna insta-lock in there. Like to see it. No hover whatsoever. And definitely going with that power pick in the bot lane.
Absolutely. Senna is in a really good spot right now because it can be flexed to both kind of a supporty AD as well as the support itself. You can kind of do a bot lane Tom Kench, where Tom Kench is actually the one getting the farm. So that he can be a little bit more useful in that regard, and Senna still gets the gold for being the support. So we'll see if they elect to do that. On the flip side, though, we see that Set.
Yeah, very strong pick coming through for Team. Gonna see what they want to go with next and see about starting to put together their composition here. But yeah, the Set pick going to be a strong one coming out of that top lane. As you said, though, a lot of very strong picks still left on the board, although you do see the Ornn ban away because he has not gotten those nerfs yet, so definitely need to keep him on that ban tray there.
Oh, is that the spice?
Is going to be locked in. Are we gonna see the Sylas coming through? I've been seeing a rise in Sylas here recently, at least in the solo queue ladders, and really interesting to see if we're gonna get to see if Sylas takes to the Rift this time around. They're making us wait for it.
It would be an interesting pick here. Set provides, his ultimate provides a lot of weird plays that you can do with Sylas. Because Sylas' full intention in the way that his kit works is he wants to weave in and out of fights. And with Set's ultimate, he's going to get thrown into the middle of the team, where he can maybe throw Zhonya's out and stall. But it's definitely a crazy team fight initiate if he pulls it off correctly.
Ooh, the Zyra lock-in. Now, if that's going to be a Senna Zyra bot lane, that is going to be a deadly one for sure. Now, you still can bring the Zyra in other places. Honestly, I've been seeing a lot of Zyra jungle, just saying, coming out on the PvE. Obviously not yet on 10.5, but it's going to be an interesting one, as Sivir is going to be the ADC in response to that Senna.
So in anticipation of the double root, Sivir's just electing to go for the safety because they did ban the Ezreal away from WGGT. They don't really have that safety for themselves to kind of run an Ezreal Yuumi lane, which I was expecting them to do. But I think that Zyra's going to be the one actually doing the farming in that lane.
Yeah, more than likely, especially with how things have been kind of going for Senna in that bot lane. Now, we are going through the second ban phase here. We did see on the blue side they take away Cassiopeia, and then on the red side they did take away the Zac, which is another one of those very, very strong picks. So able to take away some of those power picks at least. The Lissandra and the Ziggs are going to be the last two bans here. So definitely some similarities in the bans here, trying to pinch that middle lane.
Yeah, it seems like there's a pretty large consensus that they don't want them playing control mages, but they left the Orianna up with the Jarvan, so I don't know if they're thinking about picking that, but I feel like that would be a pretty ridiculous combo with the rest of their comp. We'll see what they do.
do really like the Blitzcrank coming through here, especially against the bot lane that we're seeing so far. I think it's going to be really interesting. Maybe not so much against the Zyra, but especially against the Senna. You can do some serious damage with that extra range on the hook. So going to have to keep an eye on that as the Singed is locked in here. Man, we're getting a spicy draft from
told you, man. I told you the spice was coming out from them today. I called it from the very beginning.
Now the question is the spice enough to finish the dish though? Because you gotta be able to execute that dish. You can't just throw spices in there and just hope it makes something good. So
nope, that is true.
Gotta make sure the Lucian is gonna be locked in. They don't care anything about the meta. They are going full in on what they want to do as their composition has.
Is that Silas jungle?
Could be. I have been seeing a little bit more of the Silas jungle. His clear is still not very good.
It's
but
horrible.
his early ganking is insane, and you can do a lot by getting. I mean, it works in the same area as Zed kind of does, where his clearing is not the greatest, but if you gank from level 2 and just keep ganking, you're going to get something successful for yourself. Yeah. So definitely want to look at that. But the Akali is one thing I wanted to point out. Even though she got nerfed so hard, we still see her pulling off some insane plays. So honestly, I really like that addition to Team's composition here, especially looking at it. I mean, they are some bruiser people here with the Jarvan, the Set, and even the Blitzcrank being able to provide a little bit of that CC and tankiness. So it's going to be an interesting one.
I just don't see how the Blitzcrank fits into that composition. Because when you lock in something like Sivir, you're looking to play safe. I mean, it's not really like, oh, I'm going to play super aggro on Sivir. Like, it's not really how the champion works. The champion's not early game whatsoever. So I don't really understand the Blitzcrank pick, but outside of that, their composition looks really, really strong. And it's against a rack of spices on the other side.
that is very, very true. But when looking at these compositions as a whole, kind of waiting to see where they're obviously going to be going, we have a kind of a semblance, a little bit less with Gamin, because you could throw those in a lot of different lanes. But when you look at team, it's interesting.
Yeah. Team, I think has this more straightforward, like, we're gonna run at you composition, whereas We Gaming is just kind of like, we're gonna just run at you while you run at us. Like, their whole thing is counter engaged, right? Because from what I understand, that Lucian and Senna are gonna be bot lane, the Zyra is gonna be mid, and the Singed is gonna be top with Silas jungle. That's how I'm reading it right now. It could be completely different, but that's where it lies in my brain currently. If that is the case, and Zyra is able to get ahead in that lane, it is going to be a nightmare for the enemy team. Unless they're able to hook that Zyra, there is no way that they get on her. Unless they have like a Jarvan flash ult or something of that nature. Or she gets hooked, like I said.
Yeah, I mean, that's where, like, both of these compositions differ so heavily in the way they want to execute and the way they want to approach League of Legends, and I'm really, really excited to see them come up against each other. Obviously, I think for Game 2, this game is going to mean a lot, especially going into the draft.
Oh, absolutely.
And I want to see that develop. That's one of my favorite things about these kind of best of threes is being able to see the teams adjust to the drafts and work on it from game to game. It's really good to see these crazy picks coming out in game 1, throw your enemy off balance, maybe throw something in there that they're not expecting, and then come back game 2 and say, did that work? If not, let's go with our other strategy. And I'm really excited to see that kind of work, especially with these crazy picks we have so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here like mouth agape with that Singed pick. Like, I did not I expected spice, but not that much spice. You know what I mean?
Not the poison spice.
That's a lot. You know, it feels like he's made a really spicy martini, and he's shaking it right now.
As we do see the positions kind of locked in here so far, it is going to be that Silas jungle with the Singed top and looking like Lucian mid against the Akali. So very, very cool matchups coming into this game so far.
Yeah, that Lucian really needs to push the advantage at level 2 That's really going to be the power spike in that lane for him, and if he's able to get ahead at that point, it's going to be really hard for Akali, unless Akali gets some ganks from J4. But I was expecting that Zyra was going to be mid, so I guess I was a little wrong. You know, I'll admit it. I'll admit it. But you know, it's the spice. They're
She's just so deadly, especially with the Senna in the bot lane. The like you were
yeah,
saying earlier, the double roots can just be so strong. Obviously, you
absolutely
have the Sivir now to kind of combat that a little bit, but to be honest, it's not going to be much, especially with the plants and everything. You've got to really time your spell shield on point with the cast of the abilities, because if you cast a little bit early and one of the plants hits you, there goes your shield and you're going to get rooted. So
right.
I'm excited to see the mechanical outplays in bot lane. Even with the Blitzcrank, it's going to be a fun one, I think, especially if you can land those hooks. You can easily take down a Zyra Senna if you catch them out as well.
Yeah, and another thing that's interesting to note is Blitzcrank into Zyra. Early game is really strong, like super strong. But as the game progresses and Zyra is getting more and more plants spawning, it's going to be really hard for him to find hooks onto Zyra when she's able to spawn plants in front of her for like the majority of the game. So that's another interesting thing to note. I mean, those things block those Blitzcrank hooks, and you know, once his hook is down, it's like, oh well, I guess we're not engaging anymore.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And that's going to be one of the big factors to how these decisions in these fights come about is if you land the hook, go. If you don't, maybe not. Maybe pull back a little bit. So, especially with the forward progress, I guess that the side of We Game and Gaming can have with the Sense, the Silas, the Lucian kind of moving forward on you, you've got to be able to pull off quickly and you've got to be able to make those decisions quickly. And that's the beautiful part about League of Legends.
League of Legends, the chess game that also has a chess game built into it.
Hey, we wouldn't play it if it wasn't like that, right? I mean, come on. So my biggest question here, I guess, is going to be the Silas. I mean, obviously you have a Jarvan in the jungle for the side of Team. Very steady, stable jungler, a very staple pick of the meta. And
Yeah.
then you have the Silas, where was a jungler for a long time. They decided, nah, let's not have you in the jungle anymore. They nerfed him with the biggest nerf bat possible. Yet he still rises up into the jungle just a little bit to be that extreme ganking jungler. And I want to see your thoughts on that and where you think that the Silas is going to try to kind of focus on.
So if Silas is gonna start, it's all about what item he starts, right? Like if the Silas elects to start with Machete, it's probably going to be those single target camps where he's going to go buff grump, right? If he starts with Talisman, that means he's going to go probably for a full bot clear. They are blue side, right? I'm not tripping. Yeah, they're blue side. Okay. Yeah. So so if he elects for the Talisman, he's probably going to go for a full bot side clear, and if that's the case, then probably electing to gank either bot or mid first and try and vertical jungle. So it's going to be all about like what he starts with, how the early game goes in these specific lanes to whether or not he's going to path towards a certain lane or not. But I think if I was him, I'd probably start with the Talisman and go for the full bot clear, and then look at the state of bot side and see how it is.
For sure. Well, we're going to have to see how that all pans out as we are going to take a little break here for the spectator delay. Do not go anywhere because we have game number 1 between the teams of We Game and Gaming Team and Team. Be right back here in just a few minutes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you didn't go far because we are on to Summoner's Rift with this wonderful game in the Dominate Premade Week 4 matchup of We Gamin Team and Team. We have a 5-man stack going here on the bot lane. Gonna have to see if we get even more spice added. They say, we see the spice in your draft. We're gonna add the spice in the game, and it's gonna be a great time.
Oh yeah, and we're looking at an invade here as well, hugging the wall.
It's a very strong invade, I have to say.
They did ward it out though. They did ward it out, so we'll see what they do.
Yeah, Pink's coming down from the blue side, asking for help. Please come down here. We see all 5 members, but they say no way, Jose, as they are going to get out of their red side jungle and just give it up. So it looks like we are going to go to that vertical jungling, perhaps, that you were talking about.
Yeah, it's going to be a little interesting for the Silas to kind of respond to this, because obviously he did start that talisman for the AoE camps, and if he has to clear top side, it's going to be a little bit more challenging for him to be healthy through that. So
they're not even going to stay. They're just going to go back to the blue buff, it looks like.
Okay. I guess I just wanted vision.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely think that they want to go with the safer play. Obviously, they know that they've been spotted down there. They don't want to get collapsed on or anything. They don't know where everybody is on the enemy team. But it's funny to see both teams kind of go for the aggressive option and then decide to pull back and play the safe option. Like, you saw the Silas go over to the enemy red side, but then he was like, I'm going to go ahead and start the blue. And they were like, we invaded with 5, but we're going to go back to our blue side and go back to normal. So maybe not the vertical jungle. We'll have to see where they want to go. But early on in these lanes, nothing too crazy is expected.
Just keep an eye on Silas's HP, because that's going to tell a lot about where he's going to be heading and where he's going to be pathing around this J4.
Honestly, I find that it makes jungling a little bit more fun. Because you have to actually focus on what you're doing instead of mindlessly clearing the camps. Because if you let them hit you a little too much, or you take an extra camp that you weren't supposed to, it can really mean a lot for your ganks. As Diamond in the mid lane putting down the hurt onto the Raccoonga.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty oppressive lane for that Akali early. Obviously, ranged champions just do well against most melees, so we'll see how that goes for him.
Oh, that was a nice flip coming through from Snake with feet. Great timing to get out of the haymaker as well.
I don't know how I feel about this Singed into Set matchup.
Honestly, now that I saw the interaction between that and the haymaker, I think that Singed wins it. Honestly, I feel like if you just save your flip every time that he goes for the haymaker, you just cancel out the damage. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but that's saying a lot. I mean, you can...
It is.
get your whole health bar taken away, and then he'll go for the haymaker after.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I love matchups like that because it's all about mechanical skill. It's all about who plays better on the day, and that's what League of Legends is about.
You see J4 on that top side now?
Yeah, gonna see if they want to go for a gank, but Singed can be pretty quick to get out of any gank like that, but we'll have to see as J4 does have the gap closer. Everything missing from Teemo, though. Then the flag and drag is going to connect onto Snake with feet, but he gets flipped into the tower, takes that extra tower shot, and has to get out. That is an ignite burn for Snake with feet, but gets out, taking the flash of the jungler as well.
Ignite for flash there is a pretty worth trade for the Singed, I think. The problem is he's going to be set pretty far behind with this big, no pun intended by the way, with this big wave that's about to crash into his tower, so.
Ooh, these hooks are getting so close for D-Grubbers. I'm just waiting for him to find the mark and just start hitting these hooks over and over again because he's getting so close. But the funny thing is with the Blitzcrank is it could just stay that way for the rest of the game. You can just miss every hook by just a little bit, but you're still not hooking people as Snake with feet has made it back to the lane. He's going to put some damage on Teemo. Teemo's going to be in some trouble. I don't know if he wanted to stay that long. You don't want to stay that far with the Singed up in your lane. Got to be careful as this is just going to be a slow and painful death for Teemo SCC. As that's going to be first blood going to the Singed in this matchup. D Grubber is going for the hook. Does land it on the Senna. So far, looking good on the bot side as Elkan is getting very, very low. The Ignite burning and the plants. Gonna have to see if it's gonna be enough, but it is not, as heal and flash are burned for Elkan.
That was a pretty insane exchange there in the bot lane. I don't even...
That Zyra damage.
That Zyra does so much.
Oh no, Diamond almost got caught out there. And that's the issue is you see Juice go into the jungle to fight with Tej, and now they're all in some trouble as Tej doesn't have a lot of health, but you have the roam coming up from the bot lane. That's the communication you're looking for. Miss Eden coming up with a kill in the mid lane, and the roam coming down perfectly for the side of We Gamin Gamin.
And honestly, that's best possible scenario for We Gaming there. For the for that gold to land onto that Zyra, where that Zyra's trying to get that early item, you know, big old power spike for her, whether it's going to be the Morello, whether it's going to be the Rylai's, whatever it is, it's going to be a big old power spike in that lane. So the more gold you get onto that Zyra, the better for your team.
Yeah, it definitely is. I just keep looking at this matchup at the top lane. It makes me so sad because literally Set's big pull to his kit is I just want to run at people. And what does Singe do? He makes you not want to run at people. As we see in the mid lane, Juice is going to come in for another gank, and no flash means that the Raccoon God does take the kill. And that is going to be finally a kill registered here for Team. Oh, the hook! Miss Eden getting grabbed up between the minions and looking like it's going to not be enough as he gets out, having burned the flash though. Now in the jungle here on the blue side, they're looking for a 2v2. The set's going in, but it's not enough. Snake with P gets out with the flash, and that is the summoner spell usage that you like to see.
Woo! Man, this game is getting more and more spicy as it goes on.
It's crazy. 7 minutes in, we have 3 kills, but that is not the story of the game, as we've seen non-stop action for almost the entirety of the game so far.
Yeah, and another interesting thing to note is that this Sylas is keeping up with that J4's farm and keeping up in levels, whereas we did not expect that to be happening. We expected J4 to be more healthy throughout his clear and be more gank heavy, but Sylas keeping up pretty well so far.
Yeah, for sure. And the biggest difference right now I see in the lane states at least is Lucian is up about 10 CS over Raccoon God in the mid lane, so that's something you got to keep an eye on. Obviously Akali's pretty good at catching up on farm, but if the Lucian can continue as the Grubber through, and D Grubbers finally lands it, he gets the kill on Miss Eden. What a way to set off your lane from here on out.
He earned that kill. That was one of those hooks where you thread the needle, you know?
Hey, that's 2 in a row for him so far. As go in the top lane again. Juice is all over the map here. Snake with feet's gonna get taken down. He started off so strong on the Singe, but just not able to follow it up. As Marjorie's gonna flash and still get hooked. The ultimate comes out for D Grubbers, and that's gonna be another kill in the bot lane. And this wombo combo of the Zyra and the Senna is not working out so far for them.
That Blitzcrank is huge. I mean, each and every time that they step up, they've been hooked. They've been punished every single time they go for this poke. And
he's looking for those hooks the whole time, not landing them, but finally finds the mark and is just landing hooks like a god.
It was all in due time. All in due time.
You just gotta get the levels right. Gotta make sure all the calculations are there.
He was lulling them into a false sense of security. That's what he was doing.
Juice is a monster, though. He is ganking the mid lane again. As J4, obviously, it's a little bit easier to kind of move around the map, but I have to say, Juice has been doing a very good job here in the mid and top lane.
And it's crazy how prevalent he's been without even having boots purchased yet.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been everywhere. Every time that Sylas tries to do something, Juice is there.
As they do have level 6 now, at least for Tej, looking to steal some ultimates. do have some really good ones, honestly. But the flank gank is going to come through. The flash in with the knockup is going to be there. That's going to be a death for Marjorie. And the grab going on to Miss Eden. What a wonderful combo as Elkan's going to clean that one up. D Grubbers with a killing spree now. What a monster on the Blitzcrank. Get this man's a gold trophy.
Jesus. He can't miss. He figured out, all right, they're going to dodge this way each time, and I'm never going to miss another hook for the rest of my life.
Oh, that's so close. Yeah. Go through. That's enough. Timo going to take him down, but he's going to get taken down himself as that is a wonderful interaction. Gotta love it. As Tej is on the top side.
He just did not want him to get that haymaker off.
He really didn't. Like, I don't care. I just stole your own. I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. Why not? It's like it's some of the benefit of being able to use somebody's own ultimate on themselves. It's like you might not want need to do it, but it's just for fun, right?
Yeah, I mean it's that sweet, you know, giving them the sweet embrace of death through their own abilities. Just, you know, it's so gratifying for a jungler.
Now this feels really bad because Juice just took the red side jungle of Tej, or at least the red buff and the Raptors it looks like, but Tej doesn't know because they don't have any vision. So he's gonna waste a ton of time going to these spots and not getting any farm for it. So even though he was really close in the CS level before, now it's starting to look a little bit rough here for Tej.
And another thing that's kind of interesting is because that J4 has been topped so much and soaking up so much XP, Snake with Feet has an XP lead even without the TP.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough, especially when the jungler is on the same level. But that's either a good thing on the jungler or a bad thing on the lanes. We're just not gonna decide on that one. As Snake with Feet goes in on Timo, trying to get just a little bit more damage there. But the real strong side right now is for Team on the bot side, as they have been just a wrecking crew down there. And you see Juice hovering around there as well as Tej, but they aren't going to pull anything off just yet, as in the mid lane, Raccoon God is forced to run away, as the culling is going to do a ton of damage.
And Lucian is still very, very much in this game. He's only, what, 100 gold down, if that, at this stage of the game, so he's still very much in this, and that, I think, would be the identifying win con for them. They would have to, you know, we gotta play through mid, we gotta play through this Lucian and get him back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, it always is going to be that power pick there. And honestly, I haven't seen a lot of summoners used in the mid lane, especially the Ignites, which I find a little bit interesting, obviously meaning that nobody has really gone like full aggression yet. But you're starting to get to the point where the Ignite's not as powerful. Obviously, it still is a very, very strong ability. But that early game use of the Ignite is a very good one. And it's interesting to not see more of a lead swayed in the mid lane, especially with the Akali and the Lucian. But as you were saying before, the Lucian does super well into the Akali. So expect that to continue there at least. But the CS has gotten a little bit closer there.
Yeah, as the game progresses, Akali gets better and better into ranged people. The problem that Lucian's having is this is...
Oh no, Raccoon God's gonna be in some trouble, but he pulls out the kill! He's able to try and pull something back for him. He does get the kill, flashes out, but it's gonna be dragged back by the face break. It is going to be the showstopper coming through, but Tej is still alive. Haymaker's gonna finish him off, but now we have Snake with B in the mid lane. The dash comes through, but it's not enough, and he actually puts him back to where he wanted to be. And he picks up the kill. That is going to be a 2 for 2 in one of the most wonky fights I've ever seen.
And this is another case of just, you know, oh, this is a worth trade for us. We got, okay, here we go.
Oh no, Elkan's going to be close. Spell shield's coming out. Zyra damage, but he goes into the boomerang. And Elkan able to pick up the kill. Even when things are looking bad, Elkan turns it around for his team.
What is happening in this game right now? Lemons, please help me.
I love it.
I can't even analyze anything. There's just so much happening constantly. So Going back to that mid lane fight, it was a worthwhile trade for them because again, the Singed was able to trade the kill back. Had that not happened though, that would have been pretty bad for WG. I can't even say their acronym. WGGT. Wii Gaming. Jeez. Everything's a mouthful here, man. But that Sivir is now huge, and that Blitzcrank is huger. So this bot lane really coming up huge in this game, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out with this Senna so far behind, and the Zyra, you know, just finishing her first item. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be rough for WG, and that, you know, they're not playing to the strength of their draft so far.
Yeah, I mean, even if you just look at the CS difference in the bot side, it's a big amount, especially. And when you are this farming Senna, as you're trying to get something going in your lane, but you keep just getting caught out, you keep dying, it's just not working out for you. The benefit, though, I would say, is that the 3 kills have gone onto D-Grubbers. Yes, Blitzcrank can be very strong with a few kills, but you definitely would have rather had that on the Sipper to add that extra power spike. But you got to take kills where you can get them. So 3 kills on a Blitzcrank, bad, but not so bad.
But we gotta understand that Grubbers earned those kills.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know? It wasn't like Grubbers was KSing Elcan, you know? Grubbers did the damage.
Yeah, for sure. As we do see the second dragon going over to Team as the hook but the showstopper is going to come through as well. And now it's a 4-man stack on the team. Another showstopper, but it doesn't matter as Diamond is taking down the competition here. As now he's going to go down. Elcan has arrived. The hook's going to land again on the Snake with feet, but he's able to take down the Blitzcrank. And what do? You don't chase a Singed in League of Legends.
Juiced almost dropped to the poison there too.
Yeah, that was super close.
Here he comes.
The face breaker's gonna come through. Are they gonna be able to get it? Snake with feet.
Is he dead?
He's trying so hard. Elcan going with the boomerang, just not able to pull anything out. But Juice comes through, and Snake with feet is taken down.
What is happening?
Chaos on the Rift, my friend, as the Rift Herald has been summoned in the mid lane. They're going to take out this mid tower, and that is going to be the second tower of the game. As Tej is going to come through trying to...
Oh, God.
He really wants the double. It's not enough. Is Diamond going to fall to the bait as well? He did not. As Tej, just a little bit of indecisiveness there. Going to spell his doom. He's trying to go for that double kill. The gold looked too good, Mikey.
Elcan had a beautiful spell shield. Waited until he used his E and then spell shielded his W to make sure we got the kill. That is crazy. This game is nuts right now. Elcan's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, he really is. And as a Sivir, that feels pretty good because you only get stronger as the game goes on.
Exactly.
So, gotta keep an eye out on that, but do have some very strong power points here for the side of Wii Gamin. You definitely have to be careful with these fights. You don't want to overextend like we've been seeing here recently, especially with the leads that are starting to develop on some of the enemy carries, and with a wild Blitzcrank running around. You have to have vision down, you have to be running together, and make sure you're not getting caught out.
Yeah, and that's another problem that they have is there's really no like super strong defense against a Blitzcrank hook. You have the one dash on your whole team. Well, I guess 2. That's it. That's the only defenses that you have. And I guess Zyra plants, but you know, what you can't really drop that. So, I don't know.
Now, it is looking like it's going to be a longer game, and so far we're gonna get a Cloud Dragon Soul at some point in this game. We got about 2 minutes for the first Cloud Dragon to come up, and I think that ultimate cooldown is going to be so important for both of these teams. Even honestly, the movement speed, but that cooldown is going to be so important.
Oh, absolutely. Another ult cooldown that's going to be huge is that Senna ult as well. I mean, as that Zyra tries to scale and as... Is he disconnected?
Pause? Anybody? Oh, he's back. He's back. He's coming back to fight.
It's the bait.
It's all the bait. Let him get down to like half health. Fight. We're good.
This game is insane, man.
He just had to check out something real quick. The microwave ate his homework.
He was alt tabbed.
Yeah, for sure.
Alt tabbed watching.
The ultimate mind games in this game right now. Come on. As, it is looking like Team are trying to go for an invade here. Did catch out T, so he had to run away. And that just feels so bad because you're already behind as a jungler, and the entire game almost, they've been invading your jungle. And that's what you have to do against the Silas. You know that his jungle presence isn't very strong. He's good in the lane, but not in his jungle. So what do? You fight him in his jungle. You take those camps, you take those fights, and so far it's working out beautifully for them.
I think the craziest stat of this game is that Blitzcrank is only down 600 gold against the Zyra.
Yeah, true. And she's got all the farm.
I mean, it's insane to me that that's a thing right now. The entire gold lead of TTT resides in that bot lane for the most part, between the disparity between the Sivir and the Senna. It's nuts.
Now,
blowing my mind.
The question is, the farm starts kicking up about 20 minutes after, right? For Senna.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you should see the transition into Senna starting to get more farm, but you've got to be careful because she's still super far behind because of the laning phase. So you don't exactly know when that combat is going to.
Oh, here we go.
Cataclysm is going to come through. Juice decides to flash out immediately, but he gets taken down by the calling now. The haymaker's in the flip coming out, saves everybody from the damage. Raccoon Gun's going to be dropped next, but on the backside, the Boomerang's going to take out Marjorie, and now you're looking at D-Grubbers and Elkan try to pull off the 2v3. Are they going to be able to? The damage is coming down, but Elkan can't pull it off. D-Grubbers looking to survive. Raccoon got on the backside. The fights are all over the place. The Ignite is going to take down the Miss Eden, and that is how the cookie crumbles. We have 2 members left for both sides, and a very, very tilted fight.
What just happened? Akali just exploded during that fight. Akali now has a 350 gold shutdown. Akali walks out with all 3 kills.
And
this
that
is nuts.
Not who you want the gold to go to.
That is not at all. When you're playing Senna and Zyra, you do not want gold on that Akali.
Yeah, although I do have to say, Gamin team was able to pick up the Cloud Dragon there, so that does give them a little bit of benefit, able to pull out that objective, and that extra ultimate cooldown is going to be nice, especially on the Silas. And even the calling, although we've seen Diamond just using that calling pretty much every time it's up. D-Grubbers is looking at going for the kills here. Margarine gets caught out, uses the root on the wrong way, but the hook is going to miss.
He finally missed.
As the Showstopper was stolen. He's looking to use it to get onto the healthy targets here. But it looks like the AoE's gonna come through, but the Showstopper's going out everywhere! We have 1v4s on both sides, and it looks like the Silas is the first to fall, as Snake with Feet is gonna have to run away. And whose ult did it better? It was definitely Teemo's from the side of Team.
The OG set ulti doing more than the counterfeit. This is insane, man. This is one of the most exciting games I've watched in a long time.
It's definitely a fun one, as that would have been a lot cooler if both ults went at the same time, but you know, that's just me. D-Grubbers is gonna land another hook there. Cataclysm coming out. Diamond trying to get the kills. The flip's gonna come out, but it is not enough to do anything to them, as they are so low, but they're gonna get out. That Comet almost just killed Juice.
Wow. They are just growing, like, this gold lead has been stagnant at 6k for the last.
Oh, you had minutes. That, Diamond. You had that. I wish you could see what I saw. It's so sad. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt you. Just
literally, this gold lead has been the same for the past like 10 minutes. This has been a stagnant 6k gold lead for TTT. Actually insane.
It is pretty crazy, as we do have another dragon coming up in about a minute and 45 seconds. So expect these teams to focus on that objective, as nobody has even touched the Baron pit so far. And nobody really wants to. I mean, the way these fights have been going, you can't really decide if you're going to win that Baron fight or not, because things have just been so back and forth. Although Team does have a big lead, these fights are still neck and neck. As you see D-Grubbers going through, clearing out some vision, just making sure the pit is clear, trying to get some control over these objectives, as you do see everybody kind of heading down that way. No TPs from the top lane, so it's going to be a 4v4 down here, more than likely. As Silas does go in, trying to get some damage in, but it might have been a little bit too far. He's collapsed on, the Raccoon God is on a rampage. Cataclysm coming out now on a Miss Eden, and he's going to go down. The root is too little too late, as Elkan is going to take down the mid tower.
That was just a classic case of walking up too far, biting off more than you could chew as Silas. I don't think he wanted to actually hit that E. Like, there was no reason for him to go in there. And I think they lose Baron for that.
Yeah, transitions right into a Baron. You have the lead, you have gold, you have the items, and it looks like a 5-man Baron coming out for Team.
This game has swung very hard.
Oh no, going out on 2v3, can they do it? The silence is gonna miss though, as D-Grubbers is gonna flash over the wall, save his life, and the rest of his team finally joins the fight. He still goes down though, Diamond 5 able to pick that up with the ignite. And
stop the Baron.
Yeah, the second part of the ultimate, just to make sure to get across that wall there, as they are pushing this mid lane. They have to reposition, so they're gonna lose a good amount of health on this tower.
I'm so confused.
All it means is that we Gamin get another dragon, and now they're tied 2-2, and they have the important ones. They have 2 of the cloud dragons, so those ultimate cooldowns getting lower and lower.
But they could have just burned the Baron down instead of... I'm confused. I'm at a loss. I'm confusion. America explains.
As we do see everybody kind of going back and just starting to farm up again. With the lead or the kills at 22-11, we have about double the kills here for the side of Team. But my biggest thing is you have to be able to use that. You have to press your advantage. And so far they're kind of playing back, sitting on their laurels, waiting for something to happen. Obviously no objectives up besides the Baron right now, and you don't exactly want to push that up. But I do expect them to take a more aggressive approach here in the next few moments.
Yeah, and I mean, you would expect them to. It's just that this game has been, everything that we don't expect to happen has been happening. So, yeah. we don't know exactly what's going to go on.
Uh-oh, Juice is going to get caught out here. Could it be the return take Tej? Looking to steal that Cataclysm there as well, just having that team fight ultimate available for him, as they are going to pull back. D-Grubbers, I keep expecting the hook, but he's throwing us off by not throwing it, making them rethink their positioning.
Mind games.
Honestly, at this point in the game, once people kind of get used to Blitzcrank in their game, you have to play the mind games.
Yep, you have to. It's Galaxy Brain Blitzcrank.
Alright, so they realize that they have the TP advantage here. They start up the Baron. They do have TP available from Teemo. Is he going to use it, as Singe is already heading this way? They decide not to finish up the Baron, as Juice is getting super low. And yeah, definitely just going to continue on the bot side. Teemo just looking to continue pressing the side waves. Knows he has that TP advantage. Able to use that to his advantage once they need it. As they were just trying to see if they were ready for the Baron. If they weren't, they would have obviously continued it. But they saw everybody starting to focus down this objective. So they wanted to make sure it didn't get finished. As mid tower does go down though, about 30 minutes in.
Finally, they get them tier 1 mid tower.
We still got one tier 1 though. We still got one tier 1 at 30 minutes. I like it.
Wait, there's still the top available. The map's not quite open yet.
And honestly, I don't feel like We Gamin has the split push comp exactly, so it's gonna be really hard for them to get that side lane. Besides the Singed obviously going up there, but so far Singed has had to just respond defensively to Teemo, and so doesn't have that extra push that he wants in the side lanes. So I'm definitely gonna have to keep an eye on that as both teams just kind of farm it up in this later part of the game.
Yeah, it's that Akali is officially huge. Almost completed that full Zanya's as well, but has the stopwatch to go with for the next fight. Another thing is that the level advantage on TTT is also huge. I mean, you have 3 levels for Senna versus Sivir, 2 levels for Zyra versus Blitz. I mean, it's a pretty big disparity in these XP leads. The only one that's even is top lane.
Yeah,
I guess Lucian just got 15 as well.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I was just taking a quick peek at the souls here generated for Margarine, and doing pretty good. I mean, not the greatest. Obviously, was put down a lot in lane, so was unable to get a lot of those souls, but still doing okay. About 75 souls so far, about almost to that 80 mark. So still doing pretty good on that front, as Tej is going to get his red buff taken away from him right in front of his eyes, and that always feels bad.
Sad, man. Sad days.
Both teams just kind of sitting around waiting. It's crazy. We had all so far, actually. Well, as we speak,
Here we go.
They go all the way in. Cataclysm's going to come down. No hands on the backside, but it's a little bit too late. And now they are looking to take down Tej as he's caught out. Raccoon God is going on a dominating spree.
Oh my god.
Showstopper is going to come through Teemo into the team, and he gets a ton of damage to everybody as Miss Eden's going to have to run away. Teemo looking to pick up that kill. That's going to be a double for him. Snake with Beat has to run away with no health. And that is going to be 5 members still alive for Team. And they are looking to push these objectives.
Woo! Look how low Elcan and Grubbers are. I mean, you gotta be tilted if you're WGGT right now.
Oh, for sure. As the 3rd dragon is going to go down to the side of Team. They are 1 away from the Dragon Soul, or Dragon Soul point they are at, if you would like to go with that wording, as now they are looking to get some more vision around the top side jungle, realizing that the Baron is the objective that's on the map right now.
This is going to be interesting how this plays out. Oh my god.
Cataclysm is going to come through again, has it available to him. The Flag and Drag as well going to go through. Juice is going to be in some trouble. Cataclysm turned from Peas, just messes that combination up just a bit, as tried to use the Proto Belt in the Cataclysm, and it just did not work out for him. They starting it up too? What? They're going to go ahead and go for this.
Desperation,
Try to pull something out. Yeah, they don't have the gold, they don't have the health, but they're going for it. As G Grubbers is on the outside, you have Teemo flanking on the top, and the rest of the team coming around on the bot side. Teemo does have to back away though, because Marjorie's putting some serious damage on him, but they haven't been focusing the Baron, and they're just getting whittled down here. Gonna be some serious trouble as On the Hunt has been popped here, and they did not want to pull that fight, as they are just gonna be taken down 1 by 1. Snake with Feet is going to be very low, but does get out. And again, same story. All the team members for the side of Team are very, very low, but they are gonna get out.
Feels like Snake with Feet just never dies.
He is
like he's always like 2 HP when he's like running away and ignited, and then he just doesn't die. I'm so confused.
It is a singe. That's all I can say. As they are going to push this top lane, try to get that minion wave pushing just a bit. It's funny, these fights over Baron have just been so clunky. With both sides honestly trying to pull off the Baron, and it is that gatekeeper to, we want to siege their base, we want to end the game right now, but if you can't pull it off, then there's not going to be that insurance for the Baron, and you've got to make sure these team fights are legit, because so far you just haven't been having that consistency in the team fights. It's honestly going either way in these big fights, and even there, obviously Team coming out on top, having flanked and made a very, very nice pincer move onto We Gamin. but you still see the damage coming out from Diamond 5. You still see the damage coming out from Margarine. They just have to position a little bit better.
Yeah, and if Margarine just had a little bit more gold, I feel like Margarine would be a little bit more having a little bit more fun this game.
I mean, she's about 7,000 gold down from her
Yeah,
part.
it's pretty insane actually.
I mean, that's like 2-3 items almost.
Yeah. We'll see what happens though. Obviously, Senna is one of those champions that scales basically no matter what, but when you're 08 and 7, it's pretty hard to get back into the game.
Yeah, Cataclysm's going to come down onto Snake with feet. They're just going to take him down as the grab's going to come through. Shut down, going over to Elcan, and more gold into the ADC's pocket as they are going to continue to set this up. Teemo looking to take down Tej. Does have a 2v1 though. Gonna have to watch out. Lucian's gonna be able to burn him super heavily, as that's just gonna be a dead set there. Shutdown going over to Tej. Now the catch out onto Grubbers does get super low, but he is a Blitzcrank, so you gotta be careful. Look at that damage coming out from Marjorie, but it doesn't matter. Akali is there. Raccoon God is legendary. And now they're looking to follow this up. The grab coming through. That's going to be Grubbers able to pick down Miss Eden. And Tej is going to be next as the Raccoon God goes in. And looking to pick that one up now. It is officially going to be the Baron.
Finally, a clean fight for TTT. Able to wipe out 4 of 5 members. And now they can finally take this Baron. Also, Itchy Rat, to answer your question in chat, Margarine is currently sitting at 93 stacks. Of mist.
So Dragon coming up in 30 seconds. I assume that they're going to transition this Baron into a Dragon so they can get that Dragon Soul and then double push with the double buffs. But we'll have to see what they want to do here, as the Baron buff is very important to get those lanes pushing. But I expect with the lanes pushing, they'll be able to kind of take the Dragon sneakily or on the side. So we'll have to see how they want to pull that one off, as Snake with Feet is looking to clear out some vision here before they can arrive. But he's going to be a little bit late, as Grubbers is there, gets the pull off immediately. Now they're on the run because On the Hunt has been popped, and they are looking to go all the way in again.
Here comes the Jarvan.
Yeah, the knockout's going to be there. Elcan going in. He flashed forward, though, is a little bit over-eager, as now the shutdown going through. That's going to be Diamond on the backside doing tons of damage, but it doesn't matter. That's going to be the set coming through, as well as Raccoon God continuing his killing dominance, as they are going to take 4 members of We Gamin Gamin, and honestly don't even need the Baron or the Dragon Soul buff. They are just going to push the base to win.
So,
the tower there.
This game was so messy.
Oh no. This is looking so bad. Showstopper's gonna come through Snake with Feet.
There he goes.
Teemo gets a little bit of the healing back from the kill as well. So little did they know that Snake with Feet just assured them the win, as they are going to take game number 1 here in a very convincing fashion. 36-13, dominating the entirety of the match. And what a way to start this series off.
Yeah, I just it could have been a way cleaner game for TTT. It was just a very messy win. We'll see if they look to clean it up in the next game.
Yeah, that's my biggest question, is how's the next draft going to look? How's the next game going to be? Because they came out with the spice, but it did not work out for them. They put way too much spice in there, and it just came out with a glob of burnt spices. So definitely got to come back to the drawing board after that one. But with that being said, we're going to send it to a small little break before we get into the second game of this best of 3 series. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in game number 2 of this best of 3 series between We Gamin Gaming Team and Team of the Dominate Premade Week 4 matchup. We are into the picks and bans. We have Vigar taken away as that first on the blue side and Thresh taken away on the red side. So change up the bans a little bit for We Gamin Gaming.
Yeah, there's I don't know.
I'm surprised
that the level of spice from game 1. I don't know.
I don't think so. I'm honestly surprised to not see the Blitzcrank banned out first. Like the Thresh, yes, still a pull champion. D Grubber is going to be good on those, but not. I want to see the Blitzcrank banned because they did not do very good against the Blitzcrank there. As the Aphelios and the Ezreal are going to be taken out on the blue side, and the Ornn is taken out on the red side, just waiting on that final first phase ban, as it's going to be the Jarvan.
Okay, so they're not really scared of D Grubber's Blitzcrank as of right now, and they're not scared of that set top lane either. Teemo. They're really locking. Oh my goodness gracious.
Honestly, though, could be pretty good against the set.
It could be, but it's also Teemo.
It's also Teemo. Honestly, what I'm really excited about, and I know this has nothing to do with the game we're in right now, but in 10.6, Teemo's getting buffs to the jungle. And I think that spells doom for everybody that plays League of Legends.
More than likely, yeah.
As Tristana is going to be picked up for We Gamin Gaming, going with the Yordles this time around, as they are picking up some interesting pieces to their composition. Tristana not the most heavy or high priority ADC right now.
If they lock in Poppy right here.
Wait, they're going with another one. Although I do have to say Ziggs is a ban from the first one. So we'll have to see if maybe that was a very strong pick for their composition. As the Yasuo and Senna are locked in there for team as well. And then for the second ban phase, you see the Tom Kench taken out by We Gaming, and it looks like it's going to be the Fizz as well.
This is relatively intense.
Yeah, honestly, I want to say we're going to continue getting the Yordles. Not going to lie.
Yeah, I really want them to pick Poppy. I don't know.
Now, the Braum was banned out by We Gaming. We'll have to see, does TTT take... Oh, they do ban the Yordle! They banned the Yordle, all right? They are on the... Take out the Rumble and have just thrown a wrench into...
their plans.
All of their...
Now that they're forced onto Poppy.
It's gonna have to be a Poppy. If I don't see the Poppy, I'm exiting out and I'm not casting this game.
There's the Lulu!
Lulu! I love it! We get the Lulu! We need one more! We need one more, folks! This is gonna be the ultimate competition. Like putting everything together. Is this the Power Rangers? Have we arrived to peak League of Legends?
They have assembled the arms and legs of Exodia.
They just need the head. They just need the head. And the head was Rumble, as he's the mech pilot, but they decide they can't go that way because their enemy does not want them to. As the Bard is gonna be locked in here. We did miss the Elise, by the way. Elise did get locked in, but it doesn't matter because Yordle power is way too strong. Now
the meme is too good. We cannot focus on what TTT is doing here. Their draft is insignificant compared to We Gaming right now. There is only...
Oh my goodness, a Moo coming through. We have the Yordle, have assembled, and they are going to be on the Rift, folks. You are not going to want to miss this action.
Christmas is coming early, boys. We got a full Yordle comp.
This is going to be interesting, all right? So the question is, these lanes are not going to be great, honestly.
Oh, man.
I do look to the Amumu to really be that driving force in this game to see if they're going to be able to get something going. But then you look at the composition for team, and they have a full composition with every type of damage. They have tanks, they have carries, they have late game carries, they have early game. Like, it's looking a little bit rough for Gaming team.
If they pull this out, they may be the greatest team in the history of Esports.
They wouldn't even need to go to game 3. They just win game 3 automatically.
They have to win. We need to ask TTT if they even want a game 3, okay? Because if they pull this out, it's the greatest performance in the history of this organization. Also, we have to note that Senna and Maokai are going bot lane together. That has been very prevalent in high elo
Yeah.
gameplay. Because the Maokai gets free healing from his passive, and then you get more healing from the Senna, and it's just insane damage, and it's actually nuts that lane.
So I really want to know if this is like a composition they've practiced, or if they were just sitting there in champs like, that game one didn't go so well. You know what? Let's do the Yordles. Like, I really want to know if it's gonna be like a practiced kind of dominating fashion by the Yordles. But I have my doubts for sure. But honestly, the composition, besides the laning phases, could be pretty good. I mean, you do have the Tristana, you do have the Ziggs and the Amumu. Amumu having a lot more power here recently, especially. And with that CC, you can never go wrong.
Yeah, another thing, at least me personally, when we get stomped or if we stomp people, we tend to meme in the second game, and we call it pulling out the rat. So we'll build an entire team comp around me playing Twitch bot lane, and it'll just be everybody will have shields, including Ivern jungle,
Jesus.
and so it's fun. Wait, it's a Mumu
Goodness.
top?
What? Is it gonna be the Teemo jungle? Or are we gonna? Oh my god, we're gonna see it.
Man.
Oh my god, we're gonna see it.
way.
It's too early. It's too early. You gotta wait one more patch. Don't do it.
No way.
He doesn't have the extra damage yet. Like what? Why are you doing this? I don't want to be here anymore.
It's Maokai mid.
Oh my god.
It's Tristana mid.
This is gonna be great. Now,
What
I
is
do believe.
happening?
I do believe. No, because I was gonna say I do believe they can change, but I think we set it up in LCS order so they don't want to change. They want to keep everything where they're at. But we'll have to see, obviously. But right now, starting off, this game is already being a very, very weird one.
I'm so excited right now. Oh my god! I don't know about you guys, Twitch chat, but we're in for a good one here. We're in for a real
Honestly,
good one.
I had a lot of fun with the first game. So if you can top that or be with it on the second game, I'm excited as well.
I'm content with that. You know what I mean? Like I'm in there.
It's a beautiful Sunday, beautiful League of Legends. Maybe not so beautiful, but very interesting League of Legends.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
As I did want to kind of talk a little bit more. We've been highlighting on the Yordles. We've been talking about their weird composition and how they're going to execute it. But I really want to talk about the side of Team and get your thoughts on how these kind of matchups are going to go, especially having more of a roundabout team composition comparatively. Where do you really think the power points are going to be for their side?
For team, obviously they want to play through set. Bot lane's really not going to be too good early, so you just want them to kind of just chill and farm up.
So they really aren't joking us. They are actually going to go a Mumu top.
It looks like they're going a Mumu top into set.
I think they have 10 seconds.
That appears to be what is happening before our eyes currently. Yes.
Oh my goodness. All right, everybody, buckle in. Put on your rolling straps, everything. Get secured in your seat because we're gonna have a crazy one here with a Mumu in the top lane, Teemo in the jungle before his jungle buffs, Tristana in the mid lane, and Ziggs Lulu bot lane. Because who cares about putting an ADC with Lulu? Nobody needs that. We're going AP.
It's AD Ziggs. That's what's happening. On hit Ziggs.
I guess they do only have one AD on their side, so they would need a little bit extra. So bring it on. Nashor's Tooth, maybe get the attack speed, and then just go straight AD on Zig.
That's it. That's all you need.
It works out. But looking at team's side, we have Set in the top lane. We have the Elise in the jungle, pretty normal so far. Maokai in the mid lane, which was a thing a little bit ago, but hasn't been recently. More on the support or top side, but going to be up against that Tristana could be really weird. And then the Senna Yasuo bot lane with, I'm guessing, more than likely, the farm Senna, who's going to give all the farm to Yasuo.
Correct.
Now, can Elcan pull it off better than Margarine last time? Because Margarine was getting strong at the end, but just never had that kill potential.
Well, they were against the Blitzcrank. You're going against Ziggs Lulu. That's a free lane.
That's a free lane. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah. You don't got Blitzcrank in that lane bothering you, dude.
And they didn't even ban it. That's the funny part.
Yeah, you don't even gotta worry about
the thresh. They were like, they're not gonna pick Blitzcrank again. No. Hey, and they were right, at least. Now, with that being said, folks, you're not gonna want to miss this game. Please, 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 don't touch that browser. Don't go anywhere, because we got Yordle squad versus normal squad here, I guess. And we'll be back in just a few minutes after the spectator delay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a wonderful treat here for you on Summoner's Rift. We have Teemo Squad assemble on the side of Gamin, and we have League of Legends standard composition on the side of Team. Although we do see a 5-man stack coming through here from Team. Are we going to see anything interesting as they're trying to get some Yordle money here early on?
Interesting to note. Ghost, Flash, a Mumu top lane.
All right. You also do have the Halo Blades, Teemo in the jungle.
They're definitely going hard right now.
They really do want to fight here, though. We're about to see a 5-man team fight in the very first level 1. I'll have to see as Juice is going to be in some trouble. They look to go in. We're just going to see craziness. Nobody has any abilities here, but the Face Breaker gets a triple stun there. Now,
oh my god, he got the Bramble Smash!
He flashes forward! First time going to Juice! Diamond is gonna be the next, and this is insanity! We have Team coming away with 2 kills under a minute and 30 seconds. The jungle is going to be put off here, but the gold is more important.
Oh my god.
And even there, with a little bit of trolling on your teammates, they mess up the blast cone and go opposite ways. Even better. That
Guys,
shows the synergy.
right now, for this game, you gotta throw a Twitch Prime sub over here at the Risen Esports,
no.
right?
And then we get a pause too. I agree. You know, you to really assemble the mech that is the 5-man Yordle composition, you have to have the Twitch Prime sub. So, if you have one laying
Here
around, throw
Look,
it in there.
I'll lead by example, guys. I'll lead by example right here. Look, just follow my lead right here.
So, we are going to have one piece put together with this sub, but please, everybody,
Boom,
we need your
right there. Boom. There it is.
We've got to put the other leg together. We've got to get the arms in there. We got to put the head on. We need everybody's help.
I need a sub train for the Yordle composition. We need it. They need your energy, guys. They need it.
And honestly, like, we might just leave the pause. Oh man, as I was saying, we might just simple, but it doesn't matter because we're back onto the rift.
Here goes Teemo. Leashless jungle Teemo. Here we go.
Leashless, baby. He knows he is the master of the jungle, and man, that poison just does no damage to the.
Well, he doesn't have poison yet. He started blind.
It's going to do no damage to because I think the next buff is like 100% minion damage or monster damage for the poison.
Something
so, like, literally right now, he like does nothing to it with his kit. So have to see how that works out. As Lil Sejong is going to get traded onto very heavily on the top side. By the way, we have a sub. Then completely forgot to mention that while we have the Yordle composition being put together. Lil Sejong subs into the top lane. First thing he does is goes a Moo in the top lane, which is either going to be. Which is either going to be a masterful choice or a very, very bad one. As Teemo's going to get dragged in by that bandage.
Oh my lord.
And Juice going in here into the jungle knows that Teemo can't do anything to him this early on, especially as the Elise. So that's going to be a very tough one. Although, in the mid lane, you do have a little bit of pressure being put. Now Juice going in on the Snake with feet. And we'll have to see as they're going to try and take him down as...
No flash.
That's going to be another kill going over to Juice. That is 3.
Oh!
Topside the flash coming for Teemo, looking a style on him. Honestly, I think it's going to be a lot quicker of a game than game number 1. We have 4 kills already at 4 minutes into the game for the side of Team, and so far dominating the rift as the gank's going to come through here. Rocket Jump's going to get Diamond to survive, though the damage isn't there. Juice trying to get something going for himself, but just unable to.
Well, he's got 2 kills. He's got a little something.
Well, right there.
The cocoon lands.
Another kill gonna come through. Are they gonna be able to? It's not gonna be enough this time. Teemo's got too much damage. Actually, does he? Is he gonna be able to? Oh my god! Outplay! Juice able to pick up another kill. Shutdown though, going over to the Snake with feet. But that is a kill for Elcan on the bot side as well for the Senna. And that was something. There was something.
Yes, I hate crying. They are all Yordles, and they need your energy. A Twitch Prime subscription is all that's required for them to succeed in this game.
I don't know if I can support this anymore. That's so good. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we're in a serious game of League of Legends here, folks. We are 6-1 for the side of Team, and so far they are dominating the Rift. Dragon is going to be summing up soon. I have to see if Team want to go for that, because right now I do not believe that We Gaming have the pressure to contest for these objectives.
Yeah, I don't think that We Gaming has the pressure to really do anything but meme this game. But hey, I got faith, and as long as those Twitch Prime subs keep coming in, they gather more strength. So just know that, guys. If you want We Gaming to succeed, Twitch Prime sub for Risen Esports.
So, with the bot side being the way it is, honestly, well, Miss Eden getting jumped in on by Juice, he just goes in without the rest of his team there, though. He doesn't care, but the Yasuo says, I don't care either. Oh! He's gonna go in SD
Here comes Snake with feet though.
Yeah, we got the
win
Teemo
wall.
game. The Teemo counter gank coming in is not able to do anything. The knockup is there. Margarine getting super low. Oh, they're gonna get juiced. He does get a Snake with feet, able to pick him up, but he's gonna go down deep. Rover just takes the ball. Elcan looking to pick up all the kills here. As the Knocker is gonna stop him, and now Raccoon God coming in. Trying to get something. Margarine with the outplays of the century, able to get those kills under their belt as Elcan does go down.
It literally looked like that bomb was in slow-mo. Like, just waiting for it to land onto him.
Oh no, Margarine!
Oh! Margarine is smurfing!
Seriously though, 3 kills onto the Ziggs in the bot side. Flashing the little emotes. Get that extra flare in there, because you know you just outplayed them.
Yeah, you have to, man. You gotta flash the emote, maybe spam laughs a little bit.
No.
There's the cocoon they're gonna land.
Rocket Jump is gotta be there. I was gonna say Raccoon God is there, but Rocket Jump is there as well. For Diamond 5 able to get out.
Raccoon, Rocket, same thing, you know?
Same thing. It's Rocket Raccoon, same thing.
Exactly.
Anyways, Teemo in the top side getting traded on heavily by a little Sejong. Does get ulted
Oh my
there.
goodness!
He's getting very low. That
He's
extra
out of mana,
damage. Yeah, that extra damage from the Mumu is very strong, but again, like you said, out of mana is going to make it very tricky. As Snake with feet coming in with a gank again. He's going to be able to get him. Showstopper's going to come through though. Teemo just looking to walk out though. Teemo's chasing him.
The flash!
Bandage toss is going to be there. Lil Sejong flashing in, able to use that to
Lil
his advantage.
Sejong at 19 CS now. About to hit that 20 CS power spike.
Seriously working it there, working it against that 62 CS from the set in the top lane. So looking real good up there. But Rocket Jump's going to come in, looking to go to Raccoon God, who is not on a very strong carry AP champion this time around. Buster Shot coming out for some reason. But the bot lane is going to trade as well, as Marjorie and Miss Eden are actually doing a pretty good job on the bot side so far.
They're kind of crushing it. Kind of crushing it. Look, all I'm saying is...
Oof. The biggest thing for me is the farm differences right now. You've got like 25 in the jungle, and you've got 40 in the top side.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that
Here
damage
comes
coming
Juice.
out. Snake with feet, not even level 6 yet, although Juice is. And
That's a
looking to
dead
go in,
Raccoon God.
That is Raccoon God going down the mid lane from the engage from
Baby
Diamond
shot.
5. And now it is looking like Juice is going to be in some trouble here, as it's a 1v4. As Spider Lady runs away. Flash over the wall from Snake with feet. That's going to be a
He's
Teemo
got
kill.
her!
As,
Snake with feet, 3 kills on the Teemo now.
yeah. I don't know what to say, folks. It's working out. You got the power Yordles. And so far, Snake with feet did die a lot very early, but is so far doing pretty well to bring it back. As we are 8-7, and still in a gold lead here for Team. But objective number 1 going down to the side of We Gaming Gaming with the Cloud Dragon.
This is even spicier than game 1. I thought that we had reached the Carolina Reaper of League of Legends games.
Definitely. Although
It appears we have not.
What? Dawning Shadow is just used by Elcan onto a almost full health Miss Eden. So I don't know why, but using that
You know what, Lemons?
using that cooldown is a long cooldown, so you got to be careful. Snake with feet.
He's
does
fighting
get
it.
the red buff, but he's gonna get taken out. There's no way. Teemo gonna pick up that Teemo kill.
We forgot
Teemo.
about Pepper X.
Pepper X, the next level Pepper.
It exceeds the Carolina Reaper.
Oh no! Oh, that was a
Oh, he
beautiful
gets
rocket
murdered.
jump. Flash
Oh!
over the showstopper,
Boom!
gonna bring him down. Oh goodness, Teemo wrecking his way through the top and mid lane as that set is getting very, very strong here, and so is this Elise. You got to be careful. The biggest thing right now for the side of Team is not overextending. That double ultimate is going to come down, though. Bandage toss is going to follow.
Raccoon God's so tanky already.
Yeah, he is. It is a Maokai, but yeah, for sure. Even honestly, the set's pretty tanky, having just built Merc Treads and the Cutlass, which is pretty crazy. But when you look at the side of WeGame and Gamin, you have to look at the Ziggs in the bot lane. 3-0, has a good amount of CS, still a little bit farther down than his opponent, but is going to have a good amount of AP as well. So definitely going to have to keep an eye on that. We've seen the outplays so far from Margarine doing very, very well on that bot side. So I look for that to transition into these team fights and things like that once we get to that point in the game. But so far, we are not at that point, and we do see a Rift Herald being taken by Juice.
Yeah, and you have to identify your win con on both sides here. If you're the Yordle comp, you know, the dream team, whatever you want to call it, your win con is obviously going to be that Tristana and the Ziggs. It's not going to be the Mumu, and it's not going to be the Teemo. That being said, you have to play around Margarine at this point of the game and try and get Margarine to a point where, oh my goodness.
Oh! And they're same health all of a sudden, just like that.
Just boom, right there. Bada bing, bada boom. That's it.
Mid tower is going to be taken by the Rift Herald there as well, and that just felt so bad for Lil Sejong as you just watch Teemo run up to you. Now it's going to be Snake with Feet who's going to be taken down. Showstopper is going to come through, and the Haymaker is going to finish it off there.
Woo!
Buster shot going on to the Elise, not going to be enough to kill him, as the ultimate's going to come down as well. You got to be careful, they're flanking here. The flash coming through. Margarine with the outplays here, going down onto Raccoon God now. That's going to be another kill. And Diamond 5 is going to pick that one up as Margarine just playing out of their mind here. As the,
best case scenario for the Yordle comp is to get kills onto both of those champions.
That I do the same thing again? Okay, they're going to get out that time. The flash coming through from Lil Sejong is going to...
Wow, he actually almost won that.
Yeah, he almost just got that, and that would have been crazy. As now we're going to see another tower more than likely fall here if Elcan can get some damage onto it. Not going to this time around. Another Dawning Shadow. What?
I'm still incredibly curious.
My brain.
Why did Miss Eden go Relic?
Good question.
Super curious.
Big question is, I want to know why Dawning Shadow keeps getting used. I guess maybe for the souls? Soul farms, dog. You gotta use that big cooldown for the soul farm.
Gotta get the mist, boy!
As Snake with Feet gonna take down this blue buff here.
Snake with Feet said, no, you can't have my boost.
Oh no. Juice, this is the biggest issue. They keep getting caught out a little bit overextended, and now Juice is looking to go back on a Snake with Feet, who has a Raccoon God next to him, and now the kill coming through for Diamond.
He's dead.
That's definitely gonna be it there for the Elise. Now Raccoon God looking to take down Diamond 5. Can they take down the 80 carry? It's gonna be a ton of damage, but now it's gonna be Lil Sejong who walks all the way down. Almost running right into the set. D Grubber is looking to take down some more.
He's still alive!
Able to. Diamond 5 rocket jumped right into the set and then Buster shotted the set away. Oh no, now it's gonna be LK, it's gonna be some trouble. Flash coming over, is the rocket jump gonna be enough? No! Auto attack, anything! Where was the auto attack? I don't understand. As now it's gonna be Teemo being taken down here by the 3-man squad.
Watch the Haymaker! Oh!
Yeah, rocket jump coming over. Diamond 5 will outplay that one just a bit, but
oh my god, he almost died. Oh my god.
So my biggest question is, I really wish we could see what happened, but Elcan just stood there for like the longest time. He wasn't grinded or anything, I don't believe, but just stood there, not able to auto attack Diamond 5. And honestly, I wonder if it's one of those situations where the auto reset from something dying when you auto attack it messed her timing up and just like did the double reload kind of thing. So I'm really interested. I'm gonna have to go look at that after the game for sure because I want to see what happened. But Diamond 5 and Snake with Feet looking to go in on the Raccoon God. You also have Margarine close by as well, but it looks like he's gonna be able to get away.
Diamond 5 is big now, like real big. This game is actually really close.
Yeah, it really is. And you have the Tristana who's just doing some serious work right now with that late game carry potential as well.
Woo!
Double kill going over. And 8-2 Tristana. It's honestly looking like it could be the Yordle comp coming out on top this time.
It is looking that way right now, but they still have Set with that Frozen Mallet Blade of the Ruined King build. He can just run at you and slow you eternally.
So my question is, if we don't end the series here, what happens in game 3? Because like, do we just go? Is it gonna turn into all for one? Do we just everybody goes the same champion and see what happens?
I think you have to one for all Yasuo of Yasuo.
As Timo's gonna go in onto Diamond, but not able to get the kill just yet. The red turret is destroyed on the top side though, and that's gonna be a dead Timo.
Think with feet.
As that could just be a Yasuo that ends the game if you don't respond to it. As Duke's gonna be taking or going to be able to pick up that kill, and
they got
still
three
they're finally
players
getting
backing
the
in the jungle.
They are able to get back. They are able to save the inhib tower as well, but the inhib itself, not the tower, as it does look like D Grubbers is gonna pull off and try to farm up a little bit more. But you keep getting those split pushers, and you keep getting those extra objectives in those towers. It's gonna be looking pretty good for team.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that they're 3 kills down, but still there's still a 4K difference, and that really speaks to the amount of pressure they've had on these towers. Down 2 dragons. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they've lost over the course of this game, but they're still ahead in gold.
Well, they're also We Gamin are down a ton of farm. I think almost 100 in total across the board.
That's
which is going to be a ton of gold being given away. But they can make that up. As we saw, they won that team fight to come together and catch out the overextended members of Team. And we'll have to see if that's going to keep working for them, because if you can keep picking people out, you can really do some work here and get your Tristana a little bit later game and honestly carry the game for you. So you've got to be careful of that if you're team, not overextending too much. And honestly, it's been the biggest problem for them this game.
Yeah, and that's another thing, you know, when you get these leads, it's just a matter of playing it safer and not biting off more than you can chew repeatedly. And I think that's TTT's main problem, is that they keep doing that over and over and just shooting themselves in the foot. You know, they're not closing these games out the way that they should, and it's giving We Gaming a chance back into it, just like it is right here.
Yep, exactly that. As the Rift Herald is being taken down by the Yordle squad, they'll be able to try and get this objective for themselves. Nobody going to contest it either. You do see the enemy team is looking to push this mid lane, trying to get this tower, but Mumu arrives just in time. Going to engage there. The root's going to come down, though. Although the bandage toss is there, Raccoon God's going to go down. Quick burn. And able to pick that one up. Where are they going to use the Rift Herald, though, is the biggest question, as they are looking to catch out D Grubbers and the rest of Team, but side better of it.
This game very quickly went from being a giant meme to being a good game. In like a span of like a really short amount of time.
Oh no. Yeah, 3v1, now it's a 3v3. Have to see what they want to do, as Miss Eden is coming down finally. Going to be able to rejoin. I love it because I feel like the side of gaming is just playing the NA strat right now. Just all stick together. We're a Yordle comp, 5-man group the entire game, and hope we win the fights.
And I mean, their team fight is nuts with their comp, so
oh yeah,
they're playing to their strengths by doing that.
They are for sure, as another dragon is going to spawn and go down to We Gamin. That's going to be a third dragon going over. Yep, it is actually stolen by the Senna. And I believe it was the root that stole it, which is awful.
Juice
is going to go into the 1v1 with Juice. We're going to go away from that one, I guess. And so you'll see Juice is getting super low, though, as Little Sejan does go in onto the set here, as Dawning Shadow is going to be used as well. And looking to help Juice on the top side. It's shut down going over to Miss Eden. I thought it was going to be Marjorie going to be able to pick that one up, but unable.
Here comes D Grubbers.
One by one, we're just getting into these weird fights here, as D Grubbers is going to go in all the way onto Miss Eden, gets super low, but just unable to finish him up, as Diamond 5 is going to be the next to fall. Oh, a little bit over usage of Snow Shopper. As on the top side, actually, Raccoon God doing some work up there. He's able to get a kill for himself, and
I don't know what is happening anymore.
Honestly, there's like 4 different pictures in my brain right now. All kinds of things happening. Like, I don't really understand. Like, there's times you like imagining something, but I have like distorted version of like 4 different versions in my head. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to go lay down in a straight jacket after this game, just
I'm
make sure I'm okay. But as we say that, we do see the side of Team pushing the mid lane and looking to try to take that other inhib tower as a pretty strong combo between the Set and the Senna. But now the rest of the side of
Here comes Lil Sejong.
They're looking to get him. The Ghost is popped as well, and Lil Sejong's gonna get dropped a little bit there.
That's not even Ghost. That was Lulu W.
That was Lulu W. I'm so sorry. That was my fault. As a rocket jump comes through, though, Diamond 5 gets obliterated. Thought that the bomb was gonna save him and get the reset on the rocket jump, but that could just be all she wrote. As now it is going to be actually the Raccoon God going down to Snake with speed. And now they actually have to back off. They don't have their big tank
anymore.
So
Somebody help me.
The question is, when do you decide to pull off and try to go for a Baron? Because you do have some strength on both sides. You are defending for the side of We Game and Gamin. You've got to be careful on that end of it. As we do see,
look at Elkan's damage.
Yeah, that's going to be a very nice peel back, though. That's one thing I do have to say is their peel for their comp, especially when they get into some trouble situations, is insane for the side of We Game and Gamin. But
there's
now
the Ghost.
Looking to go on to Juice. He does have the damage. He does get the kill. And that is going to be a jungler down. The Rift Herald was panic used mid because he had to. Dawning Shadow is going to come through as well. And now the root's going to come down onto Lulu. Going to have to see if they want to follow that up at all. But yeah, the peel
is insane there.
Showstopper, that was beautiful. And now
my God!
But it just wasn't enough. Now it's going to be Elkan trying to take down Diamond, but just not enough either, and does try to escape actually. So it looks like he's just gonna buy some time and go for the inhib, or just go for the death. Either way. Oh man, he got executed. Snake with feet's gonna actually get away from the
Raccoon. He's so fast.
He's so quick. Oh, Raccoon got overextended here. That's going to be some issue. But does he go down the backside? Oh my goodness, he just got loose. That was so close.
Man, this is insane.
Honestly, I just feel like Team are just throwing themselves now. They don't care about how the game state is or what objectives or like lane pushing. They're just like, I want to go for fights. I want to go for kills.
I would speak on that regard for Juiced and Raccoon God as of right now. I'm not sure about the rest of the team, but I'm definitely feeling that way about those two.
Yeah, definitely the case there, as it does feel like We Game and Gamin are just holding on for their lives here. There are about 4K gold deficit for themselves, so definitely have to keep an eye on that, as the CS is still the main factor contributing to that. They are up 7 kills, but still down gold, which honestly speaks a lot for how this game has been going.
We have a bit of lull in the action. Let me just go ahead and remind our viewers that if you want We Gaming as the Yordle comp to win this game and give you energy, throw a Twitch Prime sub. Alright, continue.
And they go in, they take down the Set. Teemo SCC is going to be taken down. Now, looks like they have another dragon coming up for themselves, and this could, if they don't get it stolen by the Senna, could mean Dragon Soul point for themselves. Because I love it, because you know Elkan is going for it, and you know that Lil Sejong is trying to stop him from doing anything like you did last time. But on the other side of the map,
they're melting it.
You've got to be careful though. They are on their way, and they have the full 5-man squad where you only have 3.
Are they fast
enough? Are you going to be able to get it? The ultimate's coming out. Now it's going to be taken by the blue team, but now the rest is going to go down here, as they need to try and get out with that buff. The TP's coming through. I don't know if you wanted to do that as you're going into a team man as a 5-man team, but actually turning it around, the Showstopper is going to come through as well. Haymaker is going to land. Now it's Elkan on the back doing so much damage.
Oh my
and
God.
Out of nothing, they make gold and are able to take down the side of We Game and Gamin.
Here he goes.
Slowly but surely.
Frozen mallet.
Frozen mallet is pretty rough, although his health just does not go down. And we're gonna see a slow but sure ace coming through. The only member to go down on Team was Juice, and did get that steal. So worth.
What an insane TP by Teemo SCC there.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna go a lot worse, but the thing is Diamond jumped over the wall. You had only 3 members still in the pit for the side of We Gaming Gamin. They were outmanned at that point, even though they had all 5 members there, and they just get turned around on. Honestly,
86 missed so far, by the way.
That's just crazy. As that is going to be Raccoon God going down. Now, Diamond 5 jumped into the set. Did get... Oh no, that's going to be a Diamond 5
the flash
going down. Now, Juice is into the fight.
Looking for the
kills. He does go down again, but could that be the game? It is 3v2 here. It's now 3v3 as the third towards the fight. We'll have to see, is the Baron going to be enough to push down these turrets and secure this series? As Will Sejan does go in. Teemo's taking a ton of damage from the towers though. As now Dawning Shadow is going to come through the huge shield, but that's just way too many tower shots. He took like 10 right there. And that is going to be a dead set as well. They did get 2 inhibs taken down though. So very good on their part as the third inhib tower is being worked on by the minions here.
This is how they were supposed to close out this game. Like, just not forcing things.
Flash forward.
But now they're staying too long again, and there goes Elcan.
I feel like deja vu.
Yeah, this is deja vu big time. Is it going to be the comeback? Is this the story that we are going to tell our grandkids?
So my biggest question here is, we got 2 minutes for the dragon. Are we actually going to see a Dragon Soul this game? Or is it going to be like last game where they just end right before the Dragon Soul?
Look, man, I really don't want to set you up to be disappointed. So what I'm going to say is, if you really want this game to get a Dragon Soul, Twitch Prime sub to Risen Esports.
Jesus Christ. That's all this stream has turned into, apparently. It's not actual League of Legends, it's advertising for Risen.
I'm just saying, man. There's only one time or one way to give your energy to this game. Unless you're friends with them and you can DM them.
You can't do the C9 emote.
You got a Twitch Prime sub, man. That's the only way.
As we do see the engage coming through here from Raccoon God, looking to take them down, but on the backside, Diamond 5 is going to be dropped by Juice. Although the Spider Lady does survive for just a moment longer, but
oh my god!
In the favor of We Gamin, as 5 members are still alive and 2 members fall for the side of
Showstopper's still up though.
It is, and you still have the damage from the Senna and the Yasuo, but Diamond 5, I gotta say, has been one of the most aggressive Tristana players I've casted in a long time. He's just rocket jumping in. Oh, you could have gone for that extra auto attack. That would have been easy. But looking to go in is the Grubbers. Does get the last breath off.
There it
number.
is.
Doesn't need to, actually. And does
Showstopper
kill there from the Showstopper. Now Mativi's going to go down as well. And this is going to be a picked apart fight here. Now it's going to be Set running for his life.
Margarine
got taken down. Oh! The damage is there. The bandage toss misses. He's looking for the kill. Doesn't matter. He has... Should not have gone back in.
Thornmail. I feel like if he had Conqueror there, it would have been okay.
It is only Elcan who is left. It looks like Snake with Feet's trying to go for him. I don't know if that's the best decision. As Elcan is going to take down some extra vision there. Get a little bit more ward score for himself as another
the dragon
is going to go over to the side of Team. So no Infernal Soul just yet.
200 gold shutdown on that Teemo jungle right now.
Oof. I do have to say though, We Gaming has closed the lead to about 3k now. So getting better.
This is the spiciest game in the history of games.
Hey, we got another Prime sub. Or
Twitch
sub.
Prime,
Yeah,
baby!
Alright, so we got the 2 legs now. We got the 2 legs. We just need to put everything else together. Come on, guys. We got this. Thank you so much, Zenith, though. Thank you so much for supporting the Risen channel and subbing to us. But here, we have the
Oh my god, there it is!
Raccoon God's going to be the next to fall afterwards. And that is going to be a double kill picked up for Diamond 5.
This is Darren. For
another variant, although you do see Snake with Feet heading that way, as well as Margarine. They're gonna try to get something for themselves here. The Baron is about half health now.
They are melting this Baron right now.
They are. They're looking like a redo of the same thing that happened last time. As actually they've made a little. The stolen Baron from Snake with Feet, and now it's gonna be Diamond who jumps again and gets taken down. Redemption's gonna come through, but just a little bit too late. Your carry is gone, but you've got the Baron. He takes down the Scuttle Crab with a showstopper. I love it. That was absolutely wonderful. That was the best steal I've ever seen. With the showstopper. Why not?
Why not, dude? Flex on him for a little bit.
It landed like literally right onto the scuttle too, so it was all planned.
This gold gap is now 700 gold. 700.
Baron power
That
play,
is the
baby.
only gold gap right now. This game just got even more interesting. All you guys need to do now is Twitch Prime sub to Risen Esports.
You see what happens though? Like we get that one piece to the Megazord, and things start going well for the side of We Gaming Gaming. You see, folks, you just gotta keep believing. You gotta
Just
keep
have to believe in the Yordles and believe in the
promise.
Twitch Prime subs.
We promise it's not part of a script. Although if you do sub with Twitch Prime, you get a couple more. I can guarantee that We Gaming Gaming will win. It's not a script though. It's not a script.
It's not scripted. Not scripted.
It's gonna come through. And D Grubbers has to pop that scimitar. As that's gonna be D Grubbers getting some assistance here in the top side though. The ultimate's coming through from Little Sejan. Is there. Now it's Raccoon God. Oh no, the shoe is on the other foot here. As they are able to take down the support in Miss Eden. Looking to follow that up. That is going to be a root there on a Diamond, but not enough to follow up. Oh, last press coming through on Margarine. The flash is going to come out, though. That's going to be a dead dig. And this could be all she wrote.
That could be it.
Looking to push the base. You do see the set just running straight at Snake with Feet, trying to get some distraction there as they take the inhibs one by one here. Now, do they push for the... Oh, no. As, unfortunately, Juice got taken down there by a Teemo Shroom in the mid lane. And that just feels so bad to passively die to a Teemo without having been in a fight.
Yeah. That's the strength of the Teemo pick, though.
The hidden strength. But bot tower is still standing, still waiting. They didn't want to focus that side of the map there, and haven't really this whole time. But definitely looking to get that triple inhib depth so they can spawn those double super minions. We do have Dragon coming up in about a minute. Question is, who's gonna get it?
300 gold shutdown on Teemo Jungle currently. Just want to point that out to you specifically.
I feel like Snake with Feet's the true carry. You got Diamond 5 with all the gold, but Snake with Feet true carry right now. Teemo Jungle before the buffs. Really putting in some work.
Putting in the work. Well put, my friend. Well put.
So, looking at it's funny because both teams are very scared to make any movements at this point. Like you can tell they're both just kind of waiting around. Juice being the one person that doesn't care, is just waiting for a catch out there. But with
119 miscount, by the way. That is the stacks currently on Senna.
Oh, the jump, and that's going to be an engage by Miss E. He's going to go in, has to use that limb.
Juice.
That's going to be a little bit too much. Diamond 5 able to pick that up, and now they are looking to take this Inferno. So this could all of a sudden turn around as Little Sejan's going to get engaged. Red team did take the Dragon Soul, so they have that extra damage now, but Diamond 5 is on the backside looking to go down now. The Teemo Shrooms are wreaking havoc in the Dragon Pit, though, and he's doing so much. Little Sejan with the triple. And what a way to turn it around.
Look
But
at their
base
though.
is getting destroyed by the super minions. They have the Dragon Soul buff. They can clear this out. And what a fight coming out from Gamin.
This gold lead is now back to 1K only. We are 36 minutes into this game, and the only thing separating these two teams is 1,400 gold.
Yeah, finally the gold ticks over to the favor of Gamin for the first time in the game, and have been down a lot the entirety of the game, but are finally turning around, getting that late game scaling, getting the Tristana ready to go, and all those items under her as well. Dragon Soul gonna add to that, and just looking really good in the team fight department here for Gamin.
If this Elise continues to get picked out like that, I mean, there's no way they kill a Mumu in these team fights with all that armor that he's stacked up now.
Second tower is going to go down now for the side of Gamin. Third tower, sorry. Apologize on that one. Forgot that they had gone down the second tower in the mid lane. But Juice going to be caught out yet again. That's times. And over again, the Spider Lady just gets taken down. And you got to wonder what's going on, Juice. Now, with that being said, that's one of your main power sources is that Elise. So with that, it being your jungler as well, you got to be careful of these objectives now, as there's going to be a pause. And looks like we might have something going on here. I'm sure we'll get some more information in just a few moments. But it
Their
looks
top
like
left for food and said nothing. I think he left for food. He kind of just left. Hope he's okay. Okay,
we'll see.
back.
We'll
Sorry,
get some
ready.
full information on that. We get back into the game, but I don't think it's anything too crazy. As adding to the suspense of this game.
Looks like they're ready to start it again.
And we will be getting right back into the game here in just a few short moments. As we are back. And on to Summoner's Rift here. We'll have to see. You got 20 seconds left on Juice. They don't want to fully commit to the Baron just yet, but they want to get some vision around it.
124 misstacks.
Looking pretty good as going straight in onto Lil Sejong. You gotta be really careful though. You don't have the lifesteal exactly. Slowly but surely whittling him down. As honestly, I think Lil Sejong might have that fight.
I think he might as well. That Thornmail putting in work for him.
Yeah, seriously though. That does a ton, especially with the AoE damage, the Sunfire Cape, everything like that going on. Here, you're taking a ton of passive damage there as the set. And honestly, I think that's the biggest issue right now is I keep seeing the set and even Elcan on the Senna or even D Grubbers on the Yasuo focusing on Lil Sejong, and you can't do that. You've got to get down the Teemo, the Tristana, the Zig. You've got to get those damage sources down. Yeah, the Mumu can do a lot in a team fight, but if you have the Mumu alive and the carries, you're going to be in a world of hurt.
Absolutely. And it's really rough for them too because there's really no way they can get on anybody else at this point unless they hit the showstopper on like the Amumu at like the perfect angle.
Oh, this time he's getting the heavy trade on them really well as well. Snake with feet is going to be taken down here by the last breath. That's going to be a Donnie Shadow coming through as well. Rocket Jump's going to come through, able to kill. Diamond 5 looking to go on a rampage here. They are going to be able to take down Raccoon God as well. And now it's going to be all she wrote as, oh my goodness, Diamond 5. It will do so much, but that's going to be the shutdown going over. And on the top side, or bot side actually, you have Set trying to tank a tower and kill an Amumu at the same time. Not exactly what you want to do as now the rest of the team is coming down. You have Marjorie and Miss Eden coming to stop this tower push here on the bot side. And instead we're just going to get another reset. We're 40 minutes in here, Mikey.
Gold lead for the first time in this series for Gamin. as of right now, the first time, 40 minutes into game 2, they have their first gold lead of the series.
Yeah, my brain hurts. But we have the extreme scaling coming in here. We're gonna have the Tristana at 6 items. It's gonna be feeling good. Who's already at 6 items, and you have everybody else who's gonna be joining them pretty soon. Honestly, what worries me is the set is full build. It's still not looking great, so you gotta be careful on that one. Definitely.
The set didn't build any armor shred.
That's what I was just about to say. I would have liked to see a little bit more armor shred coming through, because you have it through the Senna with all the lethality, but if you're taking those fights against the Amumu and you're losing it because of the passive damage, you really need to fix something.
I think if you take out, I don't know what you can take out. Maybe the Warmogs for a Black Cleaver.
Oh man, Raccoon God getting dropped. And that would be also because it doesn't really have any magic resist. So that could be has 55, sorry. That's it.
Yeah, the Abyssal Mask being the only item there.
They are looking to 2-man fair here. They are going to be caught out. As now we see the Elder Dragon spawning. And honestly, could be the game decider here, as the rest of the team, nobody's there to contest it. You got 2 members on the top side, and they're just burning this Elder Dragon. That's going to be gone. And honestly, could mean the game, as we might see a fight here on the top side. Lil Sejan's going to be in some trouble. The slows coming through. Ooh, the execution coming through from Snake with Feet. They have to make a play here, do something, as whoa, that was weird. A little visual glitch there.
Yeah.
The backs are going to come through. They're pushing down the mid lane. And with the Tristana, they're going to burst through these towers. We could be going to a game 3. It's looking a bit rough. They just take
crazy.
They just take the inhib here. They're getting all the souls. Now they are looking onto the Baron, though, as nobody is really able to move to contest. They're gonna burn this Baron so quickly with their damage. And we do see members coming up this way trying to stop something, but it's gonna be way too late, as the damage from Diamond is way too much. So with that being said, looking out onto the Rift, you have Baron and Elder Dragon on the side of WeGame and Gamin, which means that they can take any fight that they want and feel pretty safe in it. And you gotta question the decision making coming through from Team, especially in this late game, and especially getting caught out so many times.
Yeah, and we said earlier that,
Oh my God!
Oh, he finally did it!
He did what he's been trying to do for 30 minutes. He was able to take down one person. He got it. We in this, folks.
Did it.
Yeah, we saw the juice. They're able to take down the team on the side there. They still have Baron. They still have Elder Dragon. They still have the Yordles. That's a ton of damage coming down. As the last breath's gonna go through.
Oh my goodness!
But the Elder Dragon executes are too much. So much damage coming down. This is the execution. This is gonna be it. This is game number 2 going down to the side of WeGame and Gamin. And not gonna lie, if Team isn't tilted off this game, I don't know what would tilt them, because they just lost a 5-man Yordle composition that was getting slammed in the early game and the mid game and the late game, but they turned it around somehow, some magical way, and force us to go to game 3. Now, with that being said, Mikey, do you have anything to talk about this game?
Man, it's pretty straightforward. Just a matter of Maokai and Elise getting caught over and over and over and over and over.
Yep. Well, we will have to some great analysis. We'll have to send it to a small little break as we get ready for game number 3. And don't go anywhere because honestly, I don't know what to expect for game number 3, and you're going to want to find out. So be back here in just a few moments. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sports Dominate Premade Week 4 matchup between Gamin Team and Team. We are in Game 3 of this Best of 3 series after some crazy back and forth with Game 1 and 2. Hoping to continue it into Game 3. We'll have to see what we get. As going through the bans, we have Thresh taken out on the blue side as that #1 ban, and Echo taken out on the red side, as well as followed up by the Ornn as well.
Yeah, pretty standard bans so far. I don't remember TTT ever banning Echo before, but it might be a target ban towards Snake with Feet. I'm not sure.
Cassiopeia coming off the board, so typical ban we've seen in this series so far, coming out from Team. Let's see what they want to continue these bans with. Now, my biggest question is, are we going to get another Yordle game?
I doubt it.
So you just go like a standard stock composition now? After everything we've seen this entire series, they're just like, nah, we're good. Jarvan going to be taken away as well as the Olaf. So gotta say, some strong picks taken off the board there. Senna's going to be locked in immediately there for Gamin. So not going with the Yordle composition this time around. Said one time is enough. And I appreciate that. Thank you. As you see the set locked in here for Team. Did very, very well last time, but just wasn't able to pick up the win. And gonna have to see what they want to round out the first phase with here. As it is going to be the Ezreal. I like to see the Ezreal.
Is it going to be Ezreal Yuumi, though?
I guess that is the biggest question, right? As Lux is going to be locked in here. Really liking that double root combo here with the Senna.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Janna?
Janna top?
I'm pretty sure it got nerfed through the ground in 10.5.
Did it? I thought it was just the item.
I had read that the enchanters on the top side were going to be really hit hard, especially even the Janna. But I mean, I guess we'll have to see as Nautilus is picked up here for Team, looking for that extra CC and that tank ability. As we are into the second ban phase here, that is going to be a ban on the Ziggs. Do not want to see that, or Ziggs, sorry. Do not want to see that on Margarine again, as they were dominating last time around. The Akali going to be taken off. That's a weird ban at this point in the game. Although I got to say, Team did pop off with it in the first game, so probably a little bit of a respect ban coming through there. As the Master Yi ban, the last one, I don't understand what's happening anymore. I always feel like I know what's going on, but then we have the Master Yi ban, and we haven't seen Master Yi. Master Yi hasn't been part of this series. Like, I just don't want to deal with it, I guess. As it's looking like the Elise is going to be the last ban there.
Huh. Master Yi. I'm so confused by these teams. I don't know what's happening anymore.
So we do have a nice composition coming through here. An Ashe going to be locked in for Team. It is actually going to be a Kha'Zix, apologize. So not a double ADC composition. It's going to be a Kha'Zix. So even another one that we haven't seen really at all. And a different approach to the jungle, as Ivern is going to be locked in for the side of Gamin. That composition, though, is very squishy.
Intriguing.
It's the complete counter to set. Don't grab one person that has over 1500 AC. That's the plan. As the Diana is going to round out their composition here, so some Very weird pieces coming through here again for We Gaming Gamin. They just don't want to play a normal composition. They want to keep throwing us some things that they've been working on, perhaps. As we're going to have to see what the last pick is going to be here for Team. And see if they want to lock in a heavy meta.
Oh my god.
And that's going to be the Bard coming through. So compositions are set here. We are rounded out, and it's going to be some weird positionings here across the board. Okay, so we got a little bit more information. The Kha'Zix was the Ashe, and the Bard is actually the Azir. Because with all this wonkiness, we don't know how to draft anymore. It's too much. We've had too many Yordles. We've had too much stuff. They just can't handle it. But just to let everybody know, we do have the composition being for Team being the Set, the Ezreal, the Nautilus, the Kha'Zix, and the Azir. Totally done there. As on the We Gaming Gamin side, we see the Senna, the Lux, the Janna, Ivern, and the Diana. They did not mess up their draft. So they have their composition set, and we'll have to see how these compositions want to come together. Honestly, I want to hear from you, Mikey. Where do you think the big PowerPoint for each team is going to be? Is that all I get? That's all I get.
The big PowerPoint. I mean, TTT picked a legit comp. They have like real champions. The only champion that is good on the other team is Diana. So I guess mid.
That's the only saving grace to Diana. You just don't give him anything else. You don't think the Senna? Come on, the Senna? Although I gotta say, Senna has not had the best showing in this series so far. As we are getting into the main draft here, as gonna have to see what kind of setup they want to go. I'm sure that they're gonna be setting up their lanes in some interesting fashions. I do expect the Janna to go top. I don't like that it's going top because, like I said, I believe that it's not a thing anymore. But also Teemo wasn't a thing last game and it worked. So maybe that's just it.
Fair enough. I don't know, man. These drafts have been absolutely bonkers. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Yeah, and so being said, with the Ivern in the list here, going up against the Kha'Zix, that honestly scares me a little bit for the Ivern. I mean, you have all squishy lanes, you have all these very easily killable champions for the side of We Gaming Gamin, and you just have a Kha'Zix who's looking to blow those people up. But it's going to be a very topsy-turvy one. I think that both teams are going to be coming out of the gate swinging, and hopefully we don't get another extremely long game. But we'll have to see. I mean, with these compositions, it could just end up to be that. We do have some late game scaling, have some late game hyper carries as well. So that's going to be something we have to keep an eye out on. And going through this draft here now, is there any keystones that you think that we're going to see that's going to be maybe something a little bit different? Like, what do you think the Janna is going to go in the keystone top lane?
On Set or on Janna?
On Janna.
I'd like to see the Omni Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have to understand that they are, by all intents and purposes, memeing. So to complete that, I think they all 5 go Omni Stone.
Oh my god. It'd be just like the Euro competition last year. Why not? Who knows?
I mean, they won, didn't they?
They did, exactly. That's why you can't say anything. That's what makes me even more mad at Team for letting that happen. That should not happen. We should not have allowed that to happen because now everybody is going to go full Yordle comp and it's not going to be fun. But with that being said, we are going to send it to a small little break while we get through the spectator delay. Do not go anywhere as we find out who takes this best of 3 series. Is it going to be team or we Gamin team? Be right back here in just a few moments. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are on to Summoner's Rift with the matchup between Team Gamin team, as we are on to the Rift again. As I said, as we do get potentially a 5-man stack here from Team. There's a 4-man stack, I guess it turns into, but you do have the Nautilus in the set early on, which is really good. Gonna have to see as the Azir is maybe baiting them to think that they aren't going for the stack here.
I mean, if they were trying to bait that they were doing a 5-point, wouldn't they have sent Kha'Zix mid?
That's what you would think, right? But they look to change things up a little bit as they're going to try to go in on the snake with feet. The ward's going to come out. Is it going to get killed? It does get killed.
GG, 10 gold.
Round of applause. Got Elcan with the extra 10 gold there. No big deal.
Elcan has a gold lead. It's game over.
So we're going to see a traditional start here. Blue side there for the red team, and it actually looks like red side for the blue team.
So I just want to point this out. Every team that has played this Senna lane has lost.
Yep.
So I don't know if that's telling of what's going to happen this game.
Oh, it's got a Lux
It's an
this time.
observation.
For sure. Well, with that double root, that's going to be something to deal with on the bot side. But it's going to be all about who gets the gold early on and who can really push their lane forward. We do have the set in the mid lane against the Diana and the Azir in the top lane against the Janna. And she did take Omni Stone, so you got to be happy there.
I am so happy.
We didn't get the 5-man Omni Stone like we wanted, but it's something at least.
I would have liked at least a 2-man Omni Stone. Put one on the Ivern, you know?
Omni Stone on Ivern. Good.
Yeah, why not, right? What else is the champ gonna do?
I mean, right, I guess. As in this bot lane, you can see the aggression being put forward by the bot side of
Oh, he's got Hail of Blades.
He does have Hail of Blades. Gonna have to be careful though. That Azir can do some serious damage against the Janna. But honestly, I'm looking at Marjorie on this Diana and wanting to see a very strong performance from them, as mid lane is very back and forth right now. The game trying to come through from Juice, but just not able to.
I'm just really suspect about Grasp on set. I don't know. Isn't Conqueror just better? Or am I just dumb? I don't know.
For which one, sorry?
For set?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's looking to go for the heavy trades with the Diana. Ooh, Juice is going to catch out the Ivern. The flash comes out, though. That's going to be a nice retreat there from Snake with Feet. But maybe looking just for the extra health and the extra trade there for against the Diana, especially. I do think the Conqueror is better in general, but maybe it's just some kind of niche role fulfillment for him.
Has he taken it all 3 games?
I don't believe so.
Dark Harvest on Janna.
Gotta watch out. Getting those keystones. There's not a lot of real action so far. The Dark Harvest is going to proc there. But not a lot going on so far early game, whereas last game we had 4 kills by 4 minutes. And a lot different story this time around.
Yeah, no kills in 4 minutes.
Looking a lot more like the first game here.
I don't know if that bodes well or poorly for Wii Gaming.
I do really have to say I love the fleet footwork on Ezreal. I think it feels really good, as well as it's a little bit more fun to play.
You mean Lethal Tempo?
Lethal Tempo, not fleet footwork. I am so sorry. Yes, Lethal Tempo on Ezreal is so much more fun
Yeah,
than everything
blast.
before. Ooh, Tej going in, does get the root, but Spider Knot is there and he gets out.
It's really good for getting good trade patterns as well.
Yeah, and especially it makes the early game feel a little bit better for him. Especially like being able to farm a little bit quicker if you get a little extra damage on the champ, or especially if you pair it up. One of the combinations I really like is with Braum. You can get the passive proc really quickly with the
Right.
Lethal Tempo, so that's always nice.
But with the Nautilus, still can't do a lot with that extra CC that he adds in. Got to be able to put a lot of damage down. That Haymaker is going to do a ton to Margarine, but the trade going back down onto Teemo.
Big ol' wave bot.
Yeah, big wave bot looking a bit rough to catch as they're looking to go in on the Tej there. They do get a good amount of damage traded down, but the root's going to come back in on the backside, and now it's Elkin has to flash out and get out, and that's both summoner spells used. The Ignite's going to burn the heal coming through, though, and the shield. Now they're going to be taking down Deep Rubbers. Has to flash as well. That's going to be flash forward, and first blood going over to Tej.
Almost 6 minutes into the game for first blood. That is a drastic improvement over the first 2 games.
Yeah, and just pretty unfortunate there for Deep Rubbers.
Woo! Man. Those all summoners bot lane burn except for that exhaust. So if that Kha'Zix thinks, hey, oh, they have no sum spot, then they throw an exhaust his way. Could bode badly for them.
Yeah, honestly, the bot side for the side of Gamin Gaming is looking really good this game so far, and starting off on a strong foot as nowhere else has really gotten any more going.
Waiting for that keystone. Press the attack. Doesn't seem,
love press the attack, Jana.
Gotta love it, brother. Gotta love it.
Honestly, though, when you look at the game state right now, I mean, you look at the CS differentials, the side of Team have a lot of CS under their belt that the side of Gaming does not. And so...
Yep. And you have to look at the level difference as well.
Exactly.
Leads in almost every lane.
Yeah, exactly. And that can bode well for Team, but so far the first kill going over the side of Gaming, and gold going into the Senna's pocket as well, that's going to be even more scary.
Woo! That's a lot of Senna damage. Oh, here comes the hook.
The Grubbers had the plan the entire time. They catch out Snake with feet, able to take down the Ivern and get a kill for themselves, and that gold's going over to the Kha'Zix. And exactly the person you want to have that.
Woo! Man.
So we see the dragon started up here for the side of Team. Gonna be a Cloud Dragon taken down. No contest coming out from the enemy side, so they're gonna take that first dragon for themselves. Means a little bit extra ultimate cooldown, and which is really a great thing for their team composition.
Oh, the root.
The root's coming down, not on the same person, but able to get them anyways. Below the shield coming through, and Juice is trying to get something, but he walks right into the roots. That's 2 roots in a row, and now it's Margarine coming in to clean everything else up. That is now a dominating performance so far from the side of Gaming, and they are taking the lead to the bot lane.
Man, and Tej looking really good on this Senna so far.
Well, I mean, you got the 3 roots, you got the shields, you got everything you could ever ask for, honestly. And just really pulling out the mechanical abilities there, especially with the composition coming together all on the bot side. That was actually wonderfully done.
Incroyable, as I would say. But game's not over yet, as we know. Most of these games last an hour, so we're in for a wild ride for the rest of this one.
Yeah, for sure, and we'll have a dragon coming up here in just a bit. Gonna be another objective for them to focus on in about 3 minutes and 45 seconds. So until then, we look around the map, try to see if they're gonna go for any more aggressive trades in their lanes, or maybe go for that Rift Herald early on. I highly doubt it, but we might see something like that, as Juice is just farming up their lane, or their jungle, unfortunately. Not really able to get anything else going so far, but definitely trying to. Did get that kill early on the Snake with feet, and just has the biggest thing for Kha'Zix is once the enemy team starts playing together, like we've seen Gamin do for the last 3 games, it gets really hard to pull off a pick or anything like that as Kha'Zix. So that's something I want to keep my eye on, because
Here's the slow. Here comes Margarine.
Yeah, Margarine is coming in, trying to get something going, but just misses that Crescent Blade. Does get the pullback though as well. The Emperor's Divide coming through though is going to stop them. They're looking to continue this onto the tower, but a little bit of indecisiveness coming out there, and they decide to pull off.
Okay.
Oh, taking those tower shots. Juice, my man. Taking so much damage. It also worries me a little bit because seeing Juice play last game on the Elise, just always playing aggressive, getting caught out over and over and over again, it makes me worry about the Kazakhs because you have to do the kind of same thing, but if you're still not making the correct decisions and you're going in a little bit too overextended, you're going to get caught. But here, it is Tej who gets caught as the Nautilus dredge line is going to come through and level them out. But they actually are turning around this fight. The healing, the shielding, everything is way too much. That's a triple kill coming through for Tej. And that is the man you want to sub in. This is the man that's going to carry you the game. And they're looking to push this bot tower. And 7-1 at 11 minutes in. They say, we don't want this game 3 to go to 40 minutes. We want to end it early.
And Tej, once again, the amount of shielding between the 3 champions here in the bot lane, between the Senna ulti, the Lux W, the Ivern E, it was just a matter of them not having the damage to burst out the sustain. And they come out with a triple kill on the Senna. And Tej, again, looking amazing on this Senna so far.
Yeah, Senna's in both other games weren't looking great, but Tej makes it shine for sure as they take down the first tower on the bot side and put a bunch of gold into the carry's pockets.
Crazy.
Very different.
Double EJ.
Very different from the first game here, or from the last game. Juice is going to try to take the Rift Tower, but gets caught out by Margarine.
You gonna get it?
Little outplay there. Gotta love the interest here.
Oh!
Timo
Gets back in it.
Oh my goodness, Raccoon God just threw his teammate for a loop right there, as now it's going to be the follow-up.
The slow.
Through. They have too much shielding, they have too much CC. Looking to take down the set here next as the roots are going to come down. Flash coming through though, able to survive just a little bit longer.
I just realized something. Every champion they drafted has a shield.
Yep.
Even the Diana.
That's what I was saying earlier.
I wasn't listening. But I will say this. Janna top lane with Omnistone is popping off.
I hate this game sometimes. It makes me hurt in multiple, like my head, my brain, my heart, everything. It's bad. Anyways,
everything aches.
Everything aches. As this game has turned into a very one-sided affair for WeGame and Gamin. Now, there is still a lot left in the game. A lot more to be done and said, but so far 8-1 with a good 3k gold lead for the side of WeGame and Gamin are setting themselves up nicely. Now, biggest thing for me, I guess, is when you look at the last games and stuff, like the play is so much different. Like you're choosing different fights. Like you're not playing as defensively early on, and maybe that's the way they should have played this entire game, because WeGame and Gamin are really stepping it up this time around. And even the Senna, who has not been doing very good, is actually doing very well this game. God, that shield just eliminated that entire haymaker.
Yeah, pretty absurd.
So when you look at the composition as a whole and you see it being executed very well, the shields, the CC, I mean, the triple root, that's just insane. You can't get out of that. And that's what they tried to pull off every time. As you can see, one of them goes for the root, and then the other two will try and throw their root. So it's working out pretty well for them so far. As they're about to kill the set in the top lane. That's a Janna and an Ivern who just took down a set. And that feels real bad. Although Lil Sejong overextending himself here, that's going to be Juice picking up the kill. Oh my goodness, surviving for so long.
He can't die!
finally
This
goes
game
down
is
to
bringing me
Juice.
great pain.
Honestly, though, like, you got Clash tonight, pull out this composition, because it's cancer. It's like, you can't kill anybody. As Juice is going to get engaged on by Margarine here, is looking to go down. Yeah,
I
that's
do
gonna
have
be
to play
a dead
Senna
guy.
every other game, so I got that going for me.
There you go. See? Exactly. You just gotta get somebody who plays Lux, who plays Janna, who plays Ivern, and whoever else did. Cause
Do you remember what you were saying where you just are in agony watching this?
Yeah.
I have
Ooh, beautiful Emperor's Divide coming through, though. That was amazing. Good God. And now the cleanup is here. Team have finally showed up to the game and say, we want kills too. They are able to clean the team up here. Snake with Feet's going to flash out and get away. Raccoon not trying to follow up, but not enough. And they have shown up. The red carpet has been unfurled, and they get some kills on the board.
Yeah, man. I was born with glass bones and paper skin. Every morning I break my legs, and every afternoon I break my arms. At night, I lie awake in agony until my heart attacks sleep. That's how I feel this game, Lemons.
That's depressing.
That's how I'm feeling right now.
Honestly, though, like, if I see... If we game and game and pull out this series, I don't know what League of Legends is anymore. And honestly, I don't know what I'm going to play. I don't know what lane I want to play. I just want to play Teemo, apparently. Or something like that.
I'm in agony.
Anyway, so this
Is
game...
Senna good or not? I don't know anymore.
So top tower does go down to the set there, so able to pick up a little bit more gold for themselves. But now I expect to see a lot more grouping coming through from We Gaming, which gets even scarier because you add all those roots together, you add all of the shields together as well, and it just becomes an unkillable composition and really, really hard to deal with.
They're just... It's so hard.
2 testing 1 2. Okay, we're working.
And with that, it is looking like they're going to group up in this enemy side jungle, as we are looking at a pretty close game here, honestly. I mean, you do have a lot of kills for the side of We Gaming, but it is looking really, really...
Oh, the flash!
The flash coming through as well. Raccoon got to use that Emperor's Divide again. Just unable to pull it off, though. Able to get out. Juice gonna come through. That was a beautiful tornado.
Wow!
That was insanity. As he gets that right off the cusp. And Raccoon God getting out with less than 50 health there.
Yeah. That was a solo queue game. I'm all chatting HP question mark?
Is this not a solo queue game? I don't know. What
The composition is too big brain to be solo queue anymore. There's too many shields.
There's just too many. As the Rift Herald is going to go down here. We do have a dragon being taken on the other side of the map, though. And that is going to be the second dragon given over to the side of Team. But Rift Herald...
I think this is a worthwhile trade for them, though. Ocean Drake doesn't do that much for the side of TTT this game, apart from maybe giving Azir a little bit extra sustain. Whereas Rift Herald, they can really open up that inhibitor if they get a good push going and a good siege.
Yeah, exactly. And now you see them coming out onto the Rift all together. They have the Rift Herald available. It is actually on Tige. They're going to have to see where they want to use it. I do expect the mid lane to be the one to go down next with the Rift Herald for sure. But we'll have to see if they want to full commit to it, because you do have to be careful, especially with the Kazakhs, especially with the Azir, and even the Set, who hasn't been doing very good this game so far, but still is that powerful pick in the top side, so you always have to be careful of that.
Yeah, and that Azir is just going to scale and scale and scale.
Yep.
The longer this game goes, the harder it's going to be for them to win.
Yeah, that's going to be Lil Sejan, who did pop the ultimate there as well. Didn't go down. It was able to survive. Honestly, did not expect the Janet to survive, but was able to get out of there with all that healing, all that shielding that we were talking about, just unkillable. And honestly, Team used a lot to try and get that Janna down as the Rift Herald is going to be summoned in the mid lane here. Going to push down that mid tower. Daisy's summoned too. You got all the NPCs. You got the 5-man stack here. Margarine on the side waiting to go in. Tower
This is what I like
here.
to call the ultimate PP.
Explain? Okay. I was like, where's oh my goodness. That was a beautiful combination of ultimates. You had the Dawning Shadow and the Final Spark coming through. Going to clean that kill up as now they are on the tower. Are they going to be able to take the tower out though? It's one shot away. They are able to. Now the follow-up onto Juice. They're looking to get the rest here, but it is going to be Margarine who goes down. Now the set with the fight into the team here, and they're able to take them out. There's 4 members left here from TT Team looking to chase down the final 2 members of We Game and Gamin'. It looks like Snake with Feet is going to be the next to fall after the Lux actually trades with Elcan on the side there.
Baron?
And I don't know if they have the damage or the health for Baron right now. Well, it does look like they're going to try to go for it here, which is a little bit of a questionable call. But you do have Azir coming down the wings here, so that's going to provide you a lot of that sustained damage. And they are going to be able to take this Baron as there is nobody left to contest for the side of We Game and Gamin', although they are running this way and the Baron is not falling very fast so far.
Yeah, it's a pretty slow take here, but I think they get it just in time. We got about 7 seconds before Diana arrives.
And that's going to be the Baron taking down. Able to clean that one up. I don't know if you want to back there, buddy. As D
Grubber's had nowhere to go.
just goes
Poor
down.
guy.
Not able to get out of there. And there goes one of the Baron buffs at least, but they still have 4 more on their team.
D grabbers. Thresh, Blitzcrank, Nautilus. The Hook Man.
The Hook Man indeed. As we have another dragon spawning at about 1 minute and 25 seconds. That's going to be a huge objective as it will put the side of Team on Dragon Soul Point if they get it. And you will deny that Dragon Soul Point if the side of We Game and Gaming gets it. Don't know if this is the best idea. Snake with Feet going to be in some serious trouble here. Daisy's going to be popped. Redemption as well. Is it going to be enough to save him? It is not. Raccoon God able to pick up that kill. And I have to agree with the Twitch chat here. I believe Azir and Ezreal win this out if they continue to scale. So,
absolutely.
You gotta put the pedal to the metal here at some point, because if you don't, things are going to start getting even more rough for you.
Yeah, and they just don't have the damage to hang as this game goes later and later and later. Insane, but once that Ezreal gets that Triforce completed and once it's level 16, it's going to be really difficult for them to hang around.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Set just pushing away on the top side is able to pick up that 2nd tier tower, opening up the map just even that much more. And Dragon spawning about 10 seconds here. You see everybody kind of collapsing around this objective. You have a TP advantage for the Set in the top side over... Actually, both of them have TP, I apologize. Margarine and Teemo both have TP available for the teleport to the Dragon fight if they want to start it. As the Dragon is started now, do we get to see the TPs come in, or is it going to be a 4v4? Tornado does go out.
There it goes.
The root's coming out. That's the final spark through as well. You just can't handle the damage coming through. Final spark plus the Dawning Shadow is too much to handle, as they are able to clear up the Dragon pit here and looking to follow it up onto the Set, as they are going to get the roots, the slows, the damage.
He is so hard to kill.
There's just nothing you can do about that. The showstopper is going to come through, but it's not enough. Although the shining light is that team were able to pick up the Dragon.
They did get the Dragon.
But it doesn't matter if their base gets blown over. So.
Drag is always worth.
Redemption being used to heal everybody up. Just make sure everybody's
97 missed count. 97 stacks on that Senna currently.
A lot better than last game. But I do expect us to go later into the game, though. We'll have to see where they want to kind of draw the line, but honestly, if we in Gamin doesn't continue, like, push their advantage here, it's starting to dwindle, and they're about to be tied in gold.
Yep, and it is, you know, their window of opportunity, like you said, is rapidly closing. As this game progresses and as that Ezreal gets stronger and stronger and stronger, they just don't have the damage to hang out with them. So we'll see what happens, but if they don't end this game soon, it's going to be rough for them for sure.
Well, the question is, where do you really push that advantage? Because I think that's the hardest part. I mean, these objectives have been one of the main contestant points for this game, but
I think what they need to do is they need to split the map. So send Senna bot lane with something like the Janna, and you know, when they get in trouble top lane, shoot that Senna ulti up and get that global shield. It's not worth for them to just 5-man run at things when they could split the map up easily and try and push this lead farther.
the one thing I have to say is the combination of abilities. Ooh, that's going to grab onto Keys, but it does get out. The combination of abilities, like we saw in front of the Dragon Pit there, where, you know, the Lux light binding comes out, gets somebody, then you have the root coming through from the Ivern, the root coming through from the Senna, and then both Senna and Lux ult immediately at the rooted target, and there's just nothing you can do, because either you have to get out of the way, which is almost impossible, especially if you're rooted, or you have to try and get the damage down, but they're so far away that it doesn't matter because you can't reach them. So it's such a hard position to be in for Team because they just don't have the burst and the damage at this point right now. Now they will,
which is why they have to set up things like flanks with the set, and try and get onto that back line and move them into the front line with your showstopper, or with the Emperor's Divide. I think flank TPs are going to be a big part of these 5v5s as we move forward.
Yeah, for sure, because you have to get that angle. As we do have another dragon spawning in about 1 minute and 30 seconds, could mean the Dragon Soul for team. As we go back to kind of a lull state here, where everybody's just farming up, trying to get as much as they can before the next big fight.
Yep, and you know, it appears to me with every minute that goes by, it looks like this is going to be another one of those games where we exceed 30 minutes and we exceed 35 minutes and maybe hit 40 again. So we'll see what happens. You know, it's a constant struggle between these two teams as they get huge leads and then they're unable to close things out. So we'll see what happens though.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, it's good news for the side of Team if you go later, because you do have the Ezreal, the Azir, as we highlighted too, even the Kha'Zix a little bit. So you definitely are liking that they aren't pushing their lead here, but that could change at any moment as they are looking to start this ban.
Soul count 111 currently. 111 on the Senna.
As Baron's getting burned down here, they're looking to try to contest it at some point, but I don't believe they have the damage. A set is just coming out of base, so they don't.
I don't know if they have the damage to finish the Baron here without Azir coming in and killing everybody.
Committing.
Look at them getting poked.
Yeah, Tej is getting super low there. Baron is resetting as well.
Looks like they got him off of it.
All it took was walking around the Baron pit.
That Ezreal was putting out some serious damage though.
Oh yeah, for sure. As the Dragon's gonna come up here now. Gonna have to see if they all want to transition over there. You can see a couple members from Team. All 5 members coming in. Oh,
Tej caught out!
Really gonna miss. Tej almost going down the flash forward from Raccoon God now. It is Juice who goes in as well. The final Spark's gonna come back. But the ultimate coming through from Margarine, able to pull the fight in their favor. And that is the team fight you're looking for. And now they transition that into the Dragon.
And this is a big dragon for them, as if they get enough ocean, they can maybe sustain even harder out of these fights with all these shields, all the healing that's already built into their kits. They're going to get even more as they pump out damage.
That Moonfall was beautiful coming through from Margarine, able to get the 3-man damage down. And now they take the Dragon, they take the Baron, they're taking everything on Summoner's Rift. do see a contest possibly coming out here. You do have an Ezreal, you have the set Nautilus available. You're going to see if the Ezreal can steal it.
Does the set get in here?
It is not going to be stolen. That is going to be a Baron buff given over to Gamin. And they're going to go ahead and get a nice little reset for themselves as the bot tower is being pushed in by Juice.
$115 mist harvested so far. 115.
So both teams coming out onto the Rift now. You have the Baron buff for the side of Gamin, who are definitely looking to use that to their advantage. And this could be the moment that we were talking about. Put the pedal to the metal, use that Baron to get some of those inhibs down. And it definitely looks like they're looking to work on that mid inhib. But they have to take down this Azir tower first.
All right, here it comes. This has to be a clean fought exchange for them to be able to take this inhibitor. So we'll see what happens. Teach real far forward here.
Yeah, you got a split here. You got 3 on the mid lane and 2 on the bot side for Gamin. The root comes through though. It's actually going to land double root now. But the engage coming through. The TP's
Stop
just
watch.
wide away. Final spark is going to come through as well.
Oh my god!
That combo of the final with the dawning shadow is just way too much. Instant survive going through though. Snake with feet is still alive. And that was only 1 member taken down for the side of Gamin, but 3 taken off the board for TP team. And now they're looking to push the game, to win the game, to finish this series in a spectacular fashion as they are looking to take down the Grubbers now and are going to. Margarine is on a killing spree, and Margarine is the carry that this team needs. That is going to be a complete ace for the side of Gamin, and this best of 3 is theirs. They win the game at 32 minutes in, and it is over. The Yordle composition was the thing to turn it all around, and Janna top was the finishing blow. They take down their opponents in a wonderful, wonderful series, and way to go. Congratulations to them. Pulling out the weirdest compositions, making us all scratch our heads, but still able to take away the win.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
My brain will never be the same. All right, guys. Well, we do have to get quickly into the next series, which is going to be the championship series. So we're going to take it to a quick little break, but just wanted to say real quick, what a wonderful series coming through from Gamin. Honestly, in general, it was a lot of fun, a lot of weirdness, but just great League of Legends coming out in some way, shape, or form. But we are going to send it to that break here. So thank you all so much for tuning in for the day. Make sure to stick around for the championship series because you're not going to want to miss that action.